What's up? 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 What is up? How are y'all doing today? It is Friday, and y'all already know what that means. That means we about to have us a good old time talking about the news of the week. And I cannot wait to get started on all of that with you. So I want to first of all thank all of y'all for making it out tonight. I do want to just have like a quick moment of transparency with a lot of y'all, because a lot of times, I don't think that we get to keep it real, with certain things. So, I will have to admit, like shoot, from today to I guess this whole week has been really, really tough. Like some really good things have been going on for me personally, but then also some other not so great things. Just dealing with a lot of stuff at the workplace, and just in the personal life or whatnot. And what is kind of like come up is more so like I'm starting to discover what anxiety feels like. And I wanted to just talk about it real quick, because I don't know if somebody else is dealing with that in their life. I don't know if other people don't really recognize what it is, but I was having this sense of like just being overwhelmed, just overly worrying about things, dealing with nonsense. And it was really taking a toll on me emotionally. And I mean, I wasn't sleeping right. I'm waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning every night. It's affecting like my moods, my emotions, and all this other stuff. And like I started to realize, like, yo, like I need help. I need to go talk to somebody. So first and foremost, shout out to the missus, because she was right there to help me out and help me process things. But I also still need to go talk to a counselor, a therapist. Like my mental health needs help. And for a long time I didn't know how or when help was needed. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure some of the old school people can understand this, or even some of the fellas. For a long time, if you going through things, it's kind of like, yo, suck it up. Yo, just toughen up, man up. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, well, the everyday stresses in life, sure, I get that. But if I'm at the point where I'm losing sleep, if I'm at the point where I'm emotionally and physically just kind of like feeling crushed and claustrophobic, like I think that needs a little actual attention, professional help. So I just wanted to let people know that, like, if you're going through these type of things, absolutely surround yourself with some people, some loved ones, some friends, and go get yourself some help. You know what I'm saying? Like, go talk to a counselor, go talk to a therapist. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Because your mental is just as good as your physical. It's just as important, right? I mean, I know I come on here and we have us a good old time with the lives and everything. And I know a lot of times, like, I'm a source of entertainment for you guys, and that's great. I love it. Matter of fact, it's one of the main reasons why I do this. But I also want y'all to know that, like, yo, everybody in life, including yours truly, is not perfect. We're all human. We all have these moments where we need to just take care of self. So I wanted just to say that again, just to let anybody else know that, like, if you're going through some things, you got some stuff going on, please go talk to somebody, get some help. Have no shame in it. Your mental is important because you are important. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there, because I was not feeling it. Like, I was like, man, I don't even know if I want to do this live. Like, whoo, man, like depression, anxiety, all that stuff was crushing. But luckily I was able to talk to my wife, kind of get some of that off my chest. And
Come on, y'all.
yeah, thanks. And yeah, and I'll be actively looking to get some help as well. So I hope everybody else out there is doing that. And listen, this is my therapy too. Okay, like, talking to y'all, this is definitely my therapy. So I needed to come here in a good space, get some of these good vibes, get going. All right, that's enough of that PSA. I know people like, get to the newsy, man. Get to the news. All right, I'm coming. All right. So first and foremost, let's see who is in the building, and let's give some quick shout outs. I got Shaul in the building. Good to see you. Thank you so much for making it. My man, Real Django's in the building. What's going on, brother? No Limit. Super Soldiers in the house. What's going on? Latrice is here. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much for Joy. Thank you for making it out. Pookie is here. What is up? What is up? We got a vet in the building, the Mod Squad with Kristen Pratt. How you doing? Y'all make sure y'all get the likes up, and absolutely go hit up that GoFundMe Wakanda Forever challenge. Please, please, please. No donation is too small. Help us reach our goal by the time the movie comes out, or maybe even after that. But thank you so much, Kristen, and the rest of the Mod Squad. I really appreciate y'all. Kimmy J is in the building. I hope you had a wonderful birthday, Kimmy J. I know we got your birthday shout outs last time. But I hope you had a really good time with that. Thank you for making it out. My man, Minister Crush is here. What's going on? My brother, Big Bo, is here. Hey, I hope you're feeling better. I think you were recovering from a little battle of the vid, so I hope you're doing better now that your name has changed anyway. But good to see you out here. Last of my kin is here. How you doing? My man, Jason Rodriguez is here. Thank you so much for making it out. Let's see. MC Harris is here as well. Thank you so much. We got our first donation. Thank you so much to Cynthia Charles. Really appreciate it. Happy Friday, E-Fam. Please let Mrs. E-Man know I'm addicted to these Albanese gummy. Hold on. Let's get the quick sponsorship that ain't really come in yet. She got the Albanese, and boy, y'all need to get a commission for promoting them. You would think, right? You would think. Listen, go tweet them. I don't care. Go tweet them at Albanese and let them know you're welcome. Okay. Tell them that E-Man sent you. And they're going to be like, who is this E-Man? And why do people keep bothering us about that? Because Albanese are delicious. That's why. That's all. A heavy bag. Anywho, thank you so much to Cynthia Charles. I really, really appreciate you, ma'am. Let's see what else. Oh, Deborah, thank you so much. Another contribution. Appreciate you so much. Hi, E-Man and Avenger family. Hope everyone is doing good. I'm afraid to ask, but how's Kobe? And solitary or free range? RecastTChalla. Wakanda Forever challenge. What is Kobe doing nowadays? Is he out? He got a little time, just a little time out. Like he has some moments. He has some moments, but he's getting back on track. He has adjusted to the new food. Thank God. Half the price of all that wet food. Nah, you want some dry food now. But he is getting a little better. And that's all I'll say for now, because it's wait and see. He almost like Ezra Miller. Like it's almost like a countdown clock before Kobe got another incident. But right now, thank God, things are smooth for now. I don't want to jinx nothing, but for now. Thank you so much, Deborah. I really appreciate your contribution. Let's see. Paul is in the building. Ms. Harper. How you doing, ma'am? Always a pleasure to have you on. Thank you so much for joining. Let's see. I got another Mod Squad right there with SJ Evans. How you doing, ma'am? Good to see you. Let's see. My man Dion is here. What is up? What is up? Thank you so much for making it out. We also got Mama J in the building. How you doing, ma'am? Always a pleasure. My man Team Tech Boy is here. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Let's see who else I saw. My man Corey is here. What is going on, man? The talented one is here as well. Matto, what is going on? How are you? There we go. My man Didier is here. Always a pleasure. What's going on, Mr. Hughes? How you doing? Good to see you. And we got Aloha. Thank you so much for making it out. There we go. Ram 17. That's another Mod Squad vet in building. How you doing, ma'am? Y'all make sure y'all get them likes up too. Tyra K, I see you, ma'am. Thank you so much for making it out. My man Gilberto is back. Always a pleasure, sir. Queen B is in the building. Thank you so much for making it out. Treese, I see you. Lowell, hello. Who else? Oh, there we go. Alib is here. Thank you so much, man. That's another Mod Squad and vet in the building. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Soto's here. My man Mike is here. What's up? Another top vet in the building, Derek Gaines. What's going on, brother? Shout out to you and everybody who has made it out tonight. I really, really appreciate y'all for hanging out with me tonight and making your Friday just a little bit better. And of course, hold on. Now I can't miss the queen. Come on now, Mrs. E-Man, hanging out with us tonight. Always a pleasure. She looking extra sexy in her little bonnet and PJs. she can't be seen on camera right now, but she in that extra sexy look, just the silk bonnet too. You know, it's the nice long bonnet. Yes, that's what she's wearing. Anyway, thank you so much, ma'am, for making it out and hanging out with me too. All right, let's get on. We got a couple comments and then we're gonna jump right into the topics tonight. Let's see. I got my man Mike here. What's going on, brother? That's why I love this channel more than my Marvel fix. Get to unwind and decompress with the Avengers. Love all y'all. Namaste. Yes. That is absolutely one thing I like to do with this channel. I don't want it to be like everybody else's channel. You know, I want it to be, you know, we're here, we're chilling, it's transparent. Like, you know, like we're all a bunch of folks that like similar things. And at the end of the day, we come together and have a very good time. And it's one of the reasons why I don't care what's going on. I'm going to do the best I can to come and hang out with y'all because y'all mean a lot and y'all do a lot for me personally. So I definitely appreciate y'all 100%. And I love the community that's been built here. So thank you and shout out to everybody for that. Shaul, thank you so much. I really appreciate the PCA. To be transparent, I moved to Hawaii after my wife passed away for mental health reasons. I also got to experience Rwanda and Uganda this year too. Really always look forward to your live chat, man. Thank you so much for that. And I appreciate your transparency as well. Condolences for your loss. But yes, I'm hoping that, you know, a lot of times we got to come together and, you know, like that helps because we never know that whatever pain, trauma we are going through or that we've been through, how it could be helpful for someone else, you know. And a lot of times we like to repress it, hide it for whatever reasons. But I do think that, you know, the more we realize we're not alone and other people share in our situations, I believe that there is some good in that. So thank you so much for that contribution and for sharing as well. Ali, what you got? When we say EFAM, we mean that. With the good, the bad, and the ugly. We got you. After I lost my mom, you, the EFAM, and my therapist saved my life. Thank you so much for that. And you know, I listen, I cannot express enough how valuable friends, family, and therapy can be for people. Like I really want us to, you know, dismantle the stigma of like the negatives of therapy. I want people to stop being afraid to go to therapy. It's okay. Matter of fact, it's actually a little addictive. You know, like, look, I'm sorry. If you go to therapy and you get you a good therapist now, don't be getting no janky therapist that just sit there, listen, and charge you a bill. Get somebody that's going to listen to you, that's going to give you tools. I would say give you tools to actually actively work on in your daily life. That's how you know you got a good therapist. And listen, you're going to mess around and come back. Okay, you're going to keep coming back. So it's absolutely necessary, I think. But thank you, Ali, for that. And again, thank you as well for sharing your story and being transparent with the rest of us. Again, just letting us know that, like, look, we're not alone. We're all in this together. Let's see, my man Storm Shadow. Thank you so much, brother. That is so generous of you. Sup, E-Man? Please take care of yourself, bro. Also wanted to shout out my new son, Liam, born yesterday. RecastTChalla has even more meaning to me now. Oh my gosh, congratulations on Liam. The young man is here. That is awesome. Congratulations. Listen, I out of all my kids, each time it's always beautiful. Like, you never forget it. That is, cherish every second. And I'm saying this for real. Record everything. Forget pictures. Record everything. 2 months is going to go by like that. 6 months like that. A year like that. Next thing you know, they in college. Like, just record everything. That's my only regret. I wish I had more recordings of my kids, because I'll be sitting there every time Facebook pop up an old picture. I'll be like, oh, look at the baby. Look at the fat face baby. That's my baby. Just all of that. So anyway, congratulations. Thank you so much for that. And have a good time and try and get as much sleep as you can. Good luck. Matthew Collins, thank you so much. Mental health is essential. Facebook spoiling. Oh man, Black Adam. Yeah, be careful. Be careful about that. Thank you so much for that. There are a lot of spoilers for Black Adam. So yes, be very careful. Thank you for that. Hold on, I got my homie in the building. That's Intergalactic Space Captain. That is Miss Aubrey. Thank you so much for making it out tonight. I always appreciate you. And hopefully I will see you at the Black Panther watch party that we have later this year. Let's see what else. I think I saw my man Didier. Shameless plug. Check out Raymond and Ray on Apple TV. Your boy is in 3 scenes. All right now. Okay, celeb. All right, we see you adding on to your IMDb. Okay, I mean, are there specific episodes or time marks? That, like, give us the details now. Give us the details so we can, hook you up, or I don't know, shout you out. I could be like Leo in the meme and be like, "Hey, that's him. I know him." But yo, congratulations, man. I love to hear that. That is so great. I love to hear when we doing well out here in these streets. Puma Lee, thank you so much. Freaky Friday, E-Man, and the Eve Avengers. We bet on black. RecastTChalla, Black Superheroes Matter. Hit them likes. We live and ready for it. Yes. Thank you so much for that, Puma. I really, really appreciate you. My goodness, thank you. Let's see. Are we ready to go? Yes, we are. All right, let's get into the very first topic for tonight. And that is going to be the Conjuring series. So we do have an update on that. I have actually been now, when I talk about horror and everything, I've said that basically I've been a huge James Wan fan. When it comes to James Wan, this is the guy that's giving you Saw. He's the one that's giving you Insidious, and The Conjuring, The Nun, all of these things, right? And for me, I've always said on record that James Wan is the Wes Craven of our generation. Like, when you really watch horror movies as much as I do, and you watch what James Wan does, he's always raising the bar. He's always like, and I'm only talking about when he directs the movie. When he directs, he's always finding a new way to screw you up here. So he is one of my absolute favorite directors when it comes to horror. The Conjuring, I thought, was fantastic. Conjuring 2, I thought, was also pretty good. Now, The Conjuring 3, what was it called? Like, the devil what was it called here? Let me see. The Devil Made Me Do It or something. Boo-boo! Oh, I never liked that movie. Oh, that movie was so terrible. And a lot of that was because James Wan wasn't directing. That movie was generic. It was just whack. The writing was terrible. Oh, yuck. Okay, that was just yuck all over. Now, with that said, that has not stopped James Wan from producing more of these movies and expanding the Conjuring universe, right? So from The Conjuring, we've gotten Annabelle, we've gotten The Nun, and we're getting a whole bunch more stuff from that. I've said, like I said, when he's not directing, they don't usually hit the same way, and they're usually not all that good, except for maybe Annabelle 2. I think that one was like the one exception. Now, with all that said, it looks like we actually have a new Conjuring coming up, and that is going to be, do we have it? Yes, The Conjuring 4. It is now in the works at New Line, and this time it's going to have the Aquaman 2 writer doing it, and this is David Leslie Johnson McGlorick. God, why do you have 4 names? And he's going to pen the script with James Wan and Peter Safran, the filmmaking team behind every film in the Conjuring universe. Okay, let's see. They said that this Johnson McGlorick, he's a Conjuring veteran. Now, he did The Conjuring 2, and he did The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. All right. That I was about to be excited. I was about to be a little excited, but you also did like the worst one of the Conjurings. So I don't know how to take this. They do not have a director yet for this. So that's 2 strikes in my opinion. The fact that James Wan is not directing is one of the biggest red flags I have when it comes to these horror films. And the fact that you also did the last one that was so terrible, that the biggest issue was the writing, that also is a red flag for me. So I don't know how to feel about this. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see. It's definitely not about to have me jumping on board with it, but uh, I, I cannot listen. The Devil Made Me Do It it left such a bad taste in my mouth. I don't even know where my review is for that, but I think I gave it like a 5 out of 10. I think I gave it like it was really trash. Like it was a real bad horror movie. So, but then again, I really love Conjuring 2. So I am definitely caught up somewhere in the middle. I'll probably give it a shot because there's very few. I think there's only like one or two of these movies I haven't seen. Even though they were also trash, so I dodged a bullet. But anyway, y'all let me know, how are you feeling about the Conjuring 4 actually happening? Is this something you're excited for? Patrick Wilson and Farming, they're both coming back, so they will be a part of it. But yeah, I am nervous about the fact that no James Wan in the director's seat. But y'all let me know, how do you feel about it? Maybe you feel differently. Let me know in the comments down below. All right, what are we gonna do here next? Okay, so listen, this has been a very, very big week for DC. And a lot of that has gone on because of Black Adam. Now, I'm gonna give you guys just a quick heads up here. Um, we're going to go over some of the news about Black Adam. But then I'm gonna jump into my review. Now, here's the thing. Some of the news might be a little spoilery. Now, I'm going to keep it as spoiler free as possible. But if you have not seen Black Adam yet, or if you're kind of like, I'll go watch it later and I don't want nothing spoiled, you might want to avoid while I have Black Adam up here. Okay. So I'm not going to go say exactly what happens. I'm not going to go directly into it. I'm just saying, if you don't even want to hear the rumors, if you don't even want to hear the possibilities, it might be time to kind of like just back out now or put me on mute. And once this, actually, no, back out, because I don't even want you reading the headlines. But once this tag is done, come on back. You know, give me about like 20 minutes. I don't know. Give me 20 minutes. Go eat something, come back. Go eat something, come back. Anyway, all right. That's your warning. Like I said, I'm not about to go out my way to spoil nothing. I'm just going to report some of the news. But just FYI. All right. Everybody's gotten that warning? Cool. Now, DC has spearheaded almost a resurgence now, thanks to Black Adam. You got The Rock. You got one of the biggest stars in Hollywood being a huge presence in your franchise. I mean, talk about a jolt of lightning, right? To get you going, right? So one thing, before we get into the actual movie, one thing that was brought up was that, if you know, Black Adam right now is rated PG-13, but that was not always the case. That's right. Apparently, Black Adam was originally rated R, but they changed all of that, right? So here's what they ended up saying. We really wanted to make sure that we honor the character of Black Adam. One of the things he's known for is his aggression and violence. And to do a Black Adam movie that didn't have that just wouldn't have been authentic. So we always went into this knowing that we were going to push it as far as we did. We knew excuse me. We knew it was going to be a collaborative process with the MPAA to finally get it to where we were able to get that rating, but we were able to pull it off. But it was really important for us to do that. And that's something Dwayne was very committed to as well. All right. First and foremost, I'm going to need them to stop lying. Stop lying. If you wanted this movie to be rated R, you could have left it be rated R. Anytime something goes from rated R to PG-13, that's a money move. That is a move to get a larger audience to come and watch your movies. Now, we already know things like Deadpool and Logan have proven it doesn't matter, if it's rated R or not. People will come if it's a good movie. However, by making Black Adam, PG-13, it's going to be a lot easier for more people to come in and attend. So, excuse me. One of the reported issues was that they actually dialed down, I want to say like 10 of the killings that happen in the movie. Black Adam kills a lot of people. I mean, that's not a real spoiler. You see it in he kills a lot of people. Like he's a very mean guy. Okay. And that's great. It's great because it fits his character, right? But they toned it down in terms of the violence, probably the brutality, maybe blood. I don't know. Personally, I think the movie has enough and it's fine, but I wouldn't mind seeing the uncut version if it comes out to home entertainment or whatever. I wouldn't mind watching that. That would actually be kind of decent. But anyway, it's just kind of funny to me that they would tone it down because DC is all about being darker and not being like Marvel. So I thought it was a little ironic that they would scale this down for PG-13 sake, because that's a Marvel move. That's some stuff Marvel would do. But hey, it's gonna make you more money too. So make your money. I don't care. Like if you just be like Slash Stallone with Expendables, he was like, "Look, if we make this rated R, we're gonna lose the money. If we make it PG-13, we'll do that." Okay, fine. Just be honest. Don't be talking about you pushing this and that. Look, we want more people to come see our movie, and we're gonna make it PG-13. Okay, that's it. Anyway, how do you feel about the fact that Black Adam could have been rated R, but it was not? If you have seen it, again, please don't spoil it because there are people here that don't want it spoiled. If you have seen it, do you think it should have been rated R? Would you have liked to see it be rated R? Or are you fine with the fact that it's PG-13? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. All right, let me grab some quick comments here. Hold on, let me make sure I didn't skip anybody. I think I'm okay. Yes, okay. All right. Let me grab this comment and then we're going to move on to the next news. My man, Just My Opinion Reviews. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed Black Adam. The Rock gave me everything I wanted. Still hoping we can link for a spoilers review. Man, I was just about to hit you up. Black Adam rules, RecastTChalla. Listen, I'm about to do my review in just a little bit, so it's probably going to spoil some of it. Well, it'll spoil my rating. It's not going to spoil, spoilers. But, I think we should do it. Matter of fact, if you want, we could do it on my channel this time and then we'll link up for another one or vice versa. I don't know, whatever. We're going to do it because there's a lot. Listen, I got a lot of stuff I need to talk about. Okay, I got a lot of stuff I need to talk about this movie in spoiler territory. I'm not going to spoil it coming up, but yes. So we will link up and do that. And if you guys don't want to miss it, make sure you're following my man right here. Go subscribe. He's on my favorite channel list on my channel. You go follow Just My Opinion Reviews. Because you never know who's gonna pop up. You never know what we gonna collab and do. Listen, you never know. All right, I'm just gonna say that you never know. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Staggervore, what you got? I just came from seeing Black Adam. I really enjoyed it. Happy to be here in the live chat after seeing it. Thank you so much, Staggervore. I appreciate you. I hope you had a good time with the movie. And yeah, we'll definitely be talking about it in just a little bit. But thank you so much for that, Matthew. What you got? Let's see. Downey Moore. Do we need more? Okay, I'm sorry. Like, do we need more? Flip Wilson quote. Well, face back already ruined. Oh, yeah. Facebook already ruined Black Adam. Yes, they did. Sorry, I was a little slow for a second there. Yes, they did. So, again, if you're trying to watch Black Adam, stay away from the internets because a lot of people are ruining stuff. We'll get to that in a second. Junya, what's going on? Thank you so much. I don't see your comment, but thank you for the contribution. I appreciate you. Let's see. Okay. Speaking of spoiling things, apparently one of the that is not just the case with Facebook. It's not the case with just people. Now, let me just say that if you were following me on social media, I told y'all that there were a lot of red flags with Black Adam. Okay. And I've told y'all these red flags before. I told you when Venom came out. I told you when Venom 2 came out. Ugh, I told you when Morbius came out, I already told y'all what to look for when there are issues potentially with a movie. One issue: the studio bypasses press and gives fans a screening. When the studio gives fans a screening before the press, red flag. Okay. Now, then when the studio waits till the last minute to let the press see the movie. So if I come up to y'all and say, yo, this movie's coming out Thursday, Friday, but I only get to see it on Wednesday, red flag. Why are you hiding it? Because most movies or studios, when they got something really great, they let you see that sucker like 2-3 weeks in advance. Okay. So you can get your review ready. You can pump it up because we're free advertising for them in a sense. Good or bad, we're free advertising. The other red flag that I did not mention because I didn't think anybody would really do this is when the studio, or in this case, damn near the star of your movie, literally spoils the movie. Just spoils it. Here's the thing: leaks happen. Okay, leaks happen all the time with movies, but that doesn't mean they're always true. And sometimes the studio changes things. Sometimes it's different when it actually comes out. So a leak can happen, a rumor can happen, but who cares? Like, it might not pan out. Maybe it does, but you don't take it for, you don't take it as like word, right? But when your star, aka The Rock, comes out and just blurts it out, that's a problem. So anyway, apparently the Black Adam producer is frustrated by the movie's big cameo leak. Now, I'm not going to say what the cameo is or not. That is something that you can decide on whether you want to look into or not, but whatever. Let's see. They also say, I think this is from Garcia. Okay, this is from Garcia. They said, "Oh my God, it is so frustrating. You work so hard, but look, we understand that this ending is this dream, this family dream that we had to bring to life. We knew that it was going to have an effect on the fans that were just like, oh my God, we heard them begging for it for so long." Okay, now again, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm asking y'all not to. I know it is the worst kept secret in like the internet. I know. I'm just trying to be respectful to the people that haven't seen it. We know what it is. We understand. But, anyway, like I said, The Rock pretty much leaked it. The Rock was like on the red carpet. It was like, yeah, this thing happened. Like, what do you like, bro? Now, for me, that is also a red flag. If you have to leak out something that is potentially one of the biggest surprises of the movie, it comes off as a bit desperate. It comes off a little bit like you're worried about the turnout. So you have to kind of give people more reason to come see your movie rather than the movie itself. So again, I'm not going to go into specifics. If you want, you can do that on your own. But listen, I mean, it's marketing, right? It's marketing. And I think I should also mention something else because there was also a lot of talk about how when critics were finally able to see the movie and they dropped their Rotten Tomato scores, a lot of the critics ruled it as rotten, right? They ruled it as rotten, which means, you know how I do my scale from 1 to 10? That means if it's rotten for each critic, they rated it a 5 or lower. Now, I'll say this. I don't know what they watched. I don't agree with them on that. But at the same time, I think that what I don't like with these movies, and this is a mini rant, what I don't like with these movies is this apparent divide that happens with critics. And hold on, let me get this up here. Okay, here we go. I don't like this divide that happens with fans and critics, and like, don't trust the critics, and the critics are bad. Like, I need y'all to pause. I need people to really calm down with, like, well, the critics, they're just Marvel lovers and they're DC haters and they come in with an agenda. Like, that cannot be further from the truth. What that is actually projecting. It's projecting that people that do this for a living, people that have to go write about these movies and give their honest opinions, you're projecting the fact that they're in this tribalism that you might be in because you're a fan. And the bad thing about this is the fact that some of this gets clouded when you have certain YouTubers who might not be professional critics, but they kind of sort of straddle that line. It's almost like if you were to watch a certain cable news network and they're not really journalists, they're really commentators, and people blur that line too much. And the issue that I have is just that, like, people will look at that and they'll be like, well, because critics hate something or because they love it, we got to feel the opposite. Listen, stop all of that nonsense. At the end of the day, you should be going to a movie and making up your own mind first. That is the first and foremost thing. Now, if you happen to listen to critics or whatever, you don't have to take what they say and run with it. My opinion is not the be all end all of a movie. I might like something and you won't, and vice versa. Or maybe we both agree. All of these things are possible, but the whole point is, don't worry about what the critics say. Go in, watch it for yourself. But here's the real critical thing to do. You go back and you can listen to a critic, you can watch something, you can read a review, and use that as a basis to reflect on your own opinion. So you might go into Black Adam and love it. Well, why don't you go read, for example, a critic who said it was bad and see how does that compare with your opinion? Maybe that critic will bring up a valid point that you missed. Or maybe that person doesn't know what they're talking about and you still like the movie. Either way, don't let this tribalism mentality take over. It's ridiculous. I've talked to critics. Like, the moment I get out of movies, I'm talking to these people. They're not in here talking about DC sucks and I can't wait to troll this movie. That's not how they work. They can make opinions that are on their own, but they don't go in with the mindsets like most fans do. So I wanted to kind of clear that up because I think I've seen that way too much online. I hate the fact that people are like exasperating this whole divide between critics and fans, because here's the thing. Don't nobody have an issue when fans and critics agree on something. We don't hear about this big old massive divide. So clearly it's nonsense. Sometimes y'all gonna like what critics like, sometimes you won't, and that's okay. Both sides have different agendas anyway. Critics are there to analyze a movie. Fans, we're only going into a movie to be entertained. Do you know how low of a bar it is to just be entertained and not have to analyze the writing, the plot, the acting, the cinematography, the visuals, the directing, and all that? You're not doing all that extra stuff. It's two different worlds. Okay. So I just wanted to get that out there because, my goodness, people be going to town with this as if like it's a conspiracy theory or something. And, like, please don't do that. Don't subscribe to that. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. All right. Now, with that said, it is now time for me to give y'all my 2 cents about Black Adam. Now, I did give you guys a very, very quick reaction out of the theaters when I went to go see it. Look, I will, like I said, I did think that the movie overall was good, but it did have some issues. So I'm going to go through this. I'm going to do it spoiler free as well. But I am going to just kind of expand on my thoughts a little bit more. And maybe if B. Avery will link up with me here and we get this spoiler review going, you can hear more of my detailed thoughts on Black Adam. So I'm gonna give you, of course, the good, the bad, the reason, and my score in a second. So, like, first of all, let's just kind of go through what Black Adam is all about. Basically, after years, thousands of years of being asleep, Black Adam just wakes up, and clearly there's some evil afoot, And the question comes about of whether he's going to be a hero or a villain and what's he going to do. So that's just a very basic, bland idea of what this movie is about. I'm not going to spoil it for you. But first and foremost, one of the best things in Black Adam, if I'm talking about the good here, is the action. The action in Black Adam is phenomenal. When I tell you Black Adam and the fighting, the violence, the visual effects are top notch. I mean, this is some stuff where I'm like, yo, Marvel, take notes, because I'm looking at the VFX, I'm looking at all the visual special, visual effects that are going on, and I'm like, yo, this is clean, this is tight, this is not. This is what a superhero fight should look like. I absolutely loved what they did with the action. It felt like a legit superhero movie, for sure. The Rock, fantastic. He does exactly what you would hope for in being Black Adam. He is Black Adam, right? Now, I'll get to that later. I'll get to that later. But The Rock absolutely handles business. He is super mean. Like, I love how he deals with the villains and everything. And I like the journey that his character takes. Because the character actually does go through some good development throughout the story. So that is also a plus. Oh my gosh, my other favorite was absolutely Dr. Fate. My goodness, talk about the visual effects as well. Dr. Fate, listen, Doctor Strange, like Dr. Fate is gonna put Doctor Strange to shame. Like, it's not even a contest at this point. The visual effects for Dr. Fate were fantastic. I'm talking about like the way he looked, the way he moved. I'm talking about like the magic that he used as well. Fantastic. That was amazing. Right after Dr. Fate, and shout out to Pierce Bronson, by the way, GOAT, James Bond. But right after him, Hawkman. Oh my gosh, yo. Aldous Hodge was so great as Hawkman. I absolutely loved his character. I loved how he went about things. He kind of gave me the similar vibe, and I guess you could say his character type was kind of like, I don't want to say like Deadshot from Suicide Squad with Will Smith, but it was kind of like that. Like, I'm the leader. I'm going to do the right thing, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to lead these miscreants and stuff, right? And Aldous Hodge did a fantastic job in this role. It's so funny. And it's so funny. And for the people that have seen it, maybe you can corroborate this for me. I swear Aldous Hodge was doing his best T'Challa impression. Whoever made this, like, I swear they tried to make Aldous Hodge T'Challa. My man came in there with the kente cloth and the colors. He had a whole spaceship. And I swear when they go in through the spaceship, it looked like when you entering in Wakanda. Even his mask, his whole thing with the nanotech and everything. I'm like, bro, if you want to be T'Challa, just say that, because I'll take it. I'll take it. Aldous Hodge as T'Challa. Now, in the past, fun fact, he did say he wanted to play T'Challa way, way, way in the past. But I'm just saying, for this movie, all this man was missing was an African accent. And if he hit that, my man was in full T'Challa mode, straight up. But, of course, what I loved about him as well was like, yo, they made him no punk. Okay, he was no punk, and boy, when it was him versus Black Adam, it was on and popping. I loved every single time that they would go head to head, butt heads. What I loved here is the fact that, like, obviously Black Adam is like the main character, obviously, but they don't let Hawkman just be some chump. It ain't like Hawkman is coming and he want the smoke. Okay, and he can handle the smoke. Matter of fact, he gonna blow some of that smoke as well. So I loved what they did with the confrontation between them, and of course, this also leads to it baked into the theme that I thought they did really well with Black Adam, which was, what does it mean to be a hero? What does it mean to be a different type of hero? And I thought that they really leaned into that very well. And it worked, and I liked what they did with it. And I would also say I like the end of the story. The end of the story, if you're a comic book fan, I think you'll appreciate the the refreshing take that they have on Black Adam. So those are all my goods. I like the themes. I like the action. I like the visuals. The individual performances from Pierce Bronson, Aldous Hodge and The Rock, all top notch. So those things for me worked. Now I got to get into the bad. All right. Now, as I mentioned, The Rock is fantastic, right? You know he's going to do his thing. That's no question about it. One of my issues, and these are all minor, by the way, so please don't come and attack me or whatever. I'm just giving you minor issues because I'm a critic and that's my job. So some of my minor issues were I don't think The Rock was mean enough, okay? Because throughout the whole movie, it's really trying to set him up to be an anti-hero. And I'm sorry, if all you're doing as an anti-hero is just killing, bad guys or whatever, okay, that's fine. But I was hoping for a little bit more from his personality and being a deeper contrast from a traditional hero. They kind of sort of lean into it, but I just didn't think they leaned into it enough just to really separate Black Adam from, any other, type of hero, right? So I wanted a little bit more on that angle, right? Just make him a little bit more of a anti-hero who, yeah, sure, he can do heroic things, but maybe he does the heroic things for different reasons. Maybe. Okay. The biggest issue I have with Black Adam is actually going to be found in the writing. The writing for Black Adam was incredibly generic. And not only was it generic, it was also very predictable. And to be honest with you, sometimes it was kind of dumb. Now, I'm not going to reveal what character it is, but there's a certain situation that happens with the character at the end that I thought, sure, visually, this is really nice. This is really cool. But what they ended up doing with this character, I thought was incredibly stupid. I understand you could make this character get to a certain point of the story to build up, the big climax at the end. Totally get that. But the way that they did it, it made that character's actions less significant and only just a plot device to set up Black Adam. And I'm like, what are you doing? You mean to tell me that you went and did all this other stuff and all you could have done was picked up a phone? Or you could have just dialed, or you just could have IM somebody, you could have DM'd them. That's all you have to do, but you're gonna do all of this stuff. So again, it's one of those things where I'm kind of like, golly, like, what are y'all doing with this writing? So beyond that, the writing still had more issues. And one of the other issues I had was like, there were too many opportunities where you could tell the writing got disrupted for the sake of fan appeasement. So what do I mean by that? Let me use the example of catchphrase. And for you that have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. When we talk about catchphrases, I want us to just think about the fact that Black Adam has not been around for 5,000 years. How the hell does he know what a catchphrase is? But you inject that into the film for the sake of a joke or for the sake of fan appeasement. And I'm like, you don't need to do that just for a cheap laugh. And the film actually proves that you don't have to, because I want you to also refer to the sarcasm, right? Think about how they did the sarcasm. It was organic. It made sense. He didn't understand. It was funny. And the way they played sarcasm is exactly how that character should have continuously been written out. But when they do the other things like catchphrase, it's almost like you're going to a fine dining restaurant. You about to have you a nice steak dinner. And for your appetizer, they bring you some McDonald's fries. Like, why am I compromising the quality of the meal just for a cheap joke. So that's kind of the issue that I have with the writing. Like, it doesn't break the movie, but it does have a couple eye roll and questionable moments where I'm like, why'd y'all do that? Like, y'all did that just for a cheap laugh. And the reason I say this also is because a lot of times we don't need cheap laughs to enjoy the quality of a film. A lot of times, if you have a good, tight movie with a good, tight story, that can be the fan appeasement. That can be the reason why we love the film. But when you kind of take a break from the story and the writing, well, now it's not as tight. Now it's just kind of loosey goosey and it's got all these breaks and stuff. So I think that it had a really good opportunity to have a tighter script and to just, and I'm not talking about Oscar award winning Broadway, so miss me with that. I'm just saying, like, yo, you don't need to take these breaks for a cheap joke. Just tell the story. If you tell the story, we will all agree and like the film just fine. Um, what else was there? Actually, I think that was it. I think that was it, really. So yeah, the writing was just really, it was just basic for me. It felt very generic. But so when it comes to the reason, let's go to the reason now. Black Adam is an action-packed film that I think checks off all the boxes of a superhero movie that would have came out 15 years ago. It spends way too much time worrying about fan appeasement and, you know, fan appeal without realizing that fans would equally appreciate just a good story. Despite all these minor flaws, though, with the movie, the rock star power and the action and the visuals are more than enough to carry you through this movie. Now, I would not say that this movie is about to change the hierarchy of the DC universe, but it is an okay entry into the cinematic universe that will leave people more entertained than disappointed. Now, I know some people have been asking me, like, yo, should I watch this in IMAX or whatever? Listen, I'm just going to say a matinee, you know what I'm saying? If you can watch it as a matinee, do that, you know, and that way you don't feel, just in case if you might be disappointed, it's only a matinee. It's not going to kill you on the dollars. But I would recommend checking it out. When it comes to the rating for Black Adam, I think I've got to give it a solid 7 out of 10. The movie is fine. It's got everything you want in an action film. Like I said, it does come off as a little generic. It does feel like something made from 2008, you know, or whatever. But at the same time, it's just fine and it does the job as you could hope for. Yes, it does have, by the way, a post-credit scene. So make sure you stay at the end of that. My only gripe with the post-credit scene is, like, I like what it does for fans. I don't like what it does for the story. And what I'm talking about is, it's raising more questions than anything else. Because I'm sitting there like, hey, that's great, but why? So maybe that gets addressed in another movie. Maybe we'll find out. I don't know. But for now, I'm looking at that post-credit scene like, great, why? So anyway, that's how I felt about Black Adam. Let me know, how did you feel about the movie if and when you do get a chance to see it? When you do, come on back to this video, let me know. And feel free to let me know, where do you rank it? On a scale from 1 to 10, where do you put Black Adam? Anyway, appreciate y'all for taking the time to listen to that whole review. And let's now get back. Oh my gosh, I got a lot of comments here. Okay, give me a second now. Give me a second. There's a whole lot. I'm gonna leave the banner up just in case for people that are still trying to avoid any spoilers, just in case. But let's see. Hold on. I'm coming through. We got, that took like 170 comments. Give me a second here. Okay, got that. I'm coming. Okay, my man Mike, what you got? My youngest son wanted to talk to you and a new fan. Chris wants a shout out. Gonna take them to see Black Adam this weekend. Okay, Chris, what up? How you doing? Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a very, very good time with Black Adam as well. Thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you too, Chris. Shout out to y'all. Mr. Bobby Knight, excuse me. Here's some money, bro. I feel like, but Bobby, that's it. I don't know why. I just felt like you just tossed that to me, like, bro, here's some money. Like, just, here's some money, bro. Thank you, Mr. Bobby Wright. I appreciate you, sir. Let's see who else we got. Matthew, what you got, bro? You gonna be killing me with these hashtags. Okay, I wasn't even scrolling. I only opened the app. Charlie Brown. R. Okay. Thank you for that. Nah, man. Listen, this is also part of the problem of when the studios open stuff up to fans first, because fans don't care. Fans will be like, "Oh my gosh, Deadpool showed up," or "Oh my gosh," whatever. Like, fans will ruin stuff because fans don't have the same discipline as press, critics, journalists do. So, that's expected. Ty with the super sticker, come through. Ty always with the reliable super sticker. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate you for that. Let's see who else we got. Puma, what you got? I'm gonna go see Black Adam Sunday. I will give another movie, Amsterdam, big props. So good for that. Good and award worthy. Oh, okay. Back to Black Adam. People of color. Yes. Okay. Cool. I haven't heard good things about Amsterdam. But I hope you have a good time with it. I have not seen it. But it does have like a pretty good cast. Hold on. I think I almost skipped somebody. There we go. Matthew, back at it. Black Adam versus Hawkman fight was better than Luke Hobbs versus Dom Toretto fight. Yes, 110%. Yes. Yes, the Black Adam Hawkman fight is really good. Like, I liked it. I wish Man of Steel would have fought like that. I wish they would have done that. Let's see. Staggervore, what you got? I still feel weary to see the Flash when it comes out because of Ezra Miller stuff. That sounds like you have a conscience. Sounds like you thinking. I understand. Excuse me. I totally get it. I mean, the things that Ezra Miller has been accused of are very disturbing. And if any of them are true, it is going to be a pretty problematic thing to watch, the Flash, and to watch this person be a hero on the screen, but then potentially be a villain in real life. And I've heard, and I believe some of the rumors where people are talking about, like, yo, if the Flash movie does, like, a lot of money, $1 billion, something crazy like that, people will just be like, or WB might be like, man, maybe Ezra's not so bad. Maybe. Who knows? We'll find out. But anyway, thank you so much for that, Staggervore. I appreciate you. Kenny Pierce, thank you so much. Just showing love. A reminder, we appreciate you over here. Thank you so much, Kenny. I really appreciate that. That is so kind of you. And thank you for supporting the channel like that. I really appreciate you. All right. I think we are all caught up. Now, all right. Somebody go get Mara Sharice and tell her it's all good to come back. We can move on to the next topic now. So speaking of Ezra Miller, y'all know we've been going through the gamut with Ezra Miller's stuff, being accused of grooming minors, assaulting women, what else? Theft, trespassing, geez. I mean, the list be so long. I'm spitting on people. That's not an accusation, like, that happened. Just a whole lot been going on with Ezra Miller. And with all of that said, y'all know, out of all these things, Ezra has finally got caught up with the popos. And Ezra is pleading not guilty to the felony burglary. I don't know which burglary this is, because there are multiple versions of this. But here's what one of the releases said here. Ezra Miller this morning pled not guilty to 1 count of burglary and 1 count of petty larceny in Vermont Superior Court, and accepted the court-imposed conditions of not contacting or entering the home of the inhabitants. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that, like, you get charged with burglary and one of your terms of acceptance is, all right, I won't go in their house. Well, duh. Like, why would you go back in their house? Oh, what else they say here? Ezra would like to acknowledge the love and support they have received from their family and friends who continue to be a vital presence in their ongoing mental health. Well, shout out to Better Mental Health. I think that's kind of funny how that tied in there. Because I've said for the longest time, Ezra definitely deserves all the help Ezra can get when it comes to their mental health. But hey, actions have consequences. So it's gonna catch up with you now, So we'll see what happens. I mean, this is probably just gonna be one of multiple things. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot the other news. So if found guilty, Ezra faces up to 26 years in prison and 2,000 in fines if convicted. Yikes! 26 years? Man, that's like your whole life. Whew. Half your life just gone. So, who knows how many other charges might come down on Ezra. But hey, don't do the crime and you won't do the time, Now, Ezra is innocent until proven guilty, but I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot to overcome. I'll just say that. But could you imagine what happens if Ezra is found guilty? Forget the going to jail thing. Now does WB recast? Now does WB say what? Because I've been wondering for the longest, what is the line with WB? When does WB say, stop, we're good, thanks, thank you for your services? Now, reports have said that they are moving on from Ezra, but at the same time, money talks. So I could totally see if Ezra is innocent, not just of this, but of everything else. I don't know how, but if it happens and the movie does well, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if they just be like, Ezra's not so bad. But anyway, what do y'all think about Ezra pleading not guilty? How do you feel about it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let's see what we got. Oh my gosh, Matthew Rice. Thank you so much. My goodness, what a fantastic contribution. Thank you for real. Good evening, E-Man. I was highly anticipating your review for Black Adam, and you did not disappoint. 7 out of 10 is not bad at all. Thank you for that. I honestly think that certain critics, not everyone, are just crapping on the movie because it's The Rock. Just my opinion. And listen, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. I would do this. Now, if you really want to back up your opinion or not, I would actually read some of the reviews. Actually read some. Now, personally, I don't like to read reviews until I get my review done first, right? Because as a critic, you don't want to have other critics' opinions inform your own and cloud your own judgment, especially when you have to write something unique. So everything you hear from me, that's because I haven't heard nobody else's opinions. Now, I have seen headlines. Now, one thing I would agree with, stay away from hyperbole. If anybody sits here and I don't care what side of the aisle they're on, I don't care who they are, critic, fan, whatever. If somebody says Black Adam is the best movie ever made, walk away. If somebody says Black Adam is the catastrophe and the worst DC movie ever made, walk away. Because hyperbole is so, one, it's hard to prove, and two, it's utter nonsense, in my opinion. With the plethora of movies that exist, with the number of things that happen out there, you mean to tell me Black Adam is worse than Wonder Woman 2? Worse than the David Ayer Suicide Squad? Worse than Justice League theatrical version? Stop it. At some point, people got to chill out. And I'm talking about my fellow critics too. At some point, y'all got to chill out. Now, I don't know if there is a bias against The Rock. I personally have not seen that. The only bias I see so far is if you happen to slap somebody at an award ceremony, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, Matthew, thank you so much. I appreciate the very, very generous contribution. Um, I hope you had a good time. If you did see Black Adam, I hope you had a good time with it as well. Or if you're going to see it, I hope you will. But thank you so much, Matthew. That is super, super nice of you, and I really appreciate you. Isaiah Gomez, thank you so much for that super sticker. That's really, really awesome too. Thank you for that. Let's see. I think I can. What else do we have? Okay, so yes, they're not guilty. Now I did tell y'all that this week is really, really big in terms of DC. Matter of fact, they had so much news going on. I had to just make it one big update thing because it's a lot of little stuff that happened. There was a big report that happened out of the Hollywood Reporter where we get all these updates about upcoming movies and all that. So I do want to kind of talk about some of the things that are happening in DC just as a roundabout way of going things. So here's one thing. Walter Hamada is leaving WB. Now we have already kind of talked about this, like he was going to leave. He was kind of the guy that was basically, I don't want to say he was their Kevin Feige, but like he was the guy before they really started to look for Kevin Feige, right? Now the bad thing about it is he was not able to really get his full vision out there, right? He's responsible not for all the bad, stuff. Like he's responsible for Aquaman, I think Shazam, Black Adam, he could put under his name. So most of the good movies are under his name, right? For production wise, right? However, he also, if y'all recall, he also was caught up in the mix with Cyborg Ray Fisher. He was accused of basically covering for Jeff Johns and all these other people that Ray Fisher was accusing. So one of the reasons why we don't have Cyborg in the DCEU right now, we don't have Ray Fisher, is because Walter Hamada. And what I mean by that is Ray Fisher has said that he was not going to come back until Walter Hamada was gone. So I wonder, now that he's gone, maybe we could actually get Cyborg back. Now, here's something else to talk about, and I will not talk about it for the sake of spoilers. The cameo that you saw at Black Adam was something that was planned before. Okay. Walter Hamada said no. Walter Hamada did not want the surprise cameo in Black Adam to happen, and he cut that off. Now, he had other plans for that cameo to do other things. He wanted to do another movie and all that, and that's fine. But he did not want the cameo to happen in Black Adam. The Rock went behind Hamada to the other DC Warner Brother executives and got the okay that way. Maybe that was because they knew he was on his way out anyway. I don't know. But yeah, things were just not good for him. So he was out of here anyway. Now, in addition to this, now, like I said, there was a huge thing going on with DC and WB. We got a lot of projects that are coming. James Gunn's got a secret movie or something that he's working on. And listen, let's kind of go over some of the things we got, and this is part of the whole Hollywood Reporter stuff. We got Matt Reeves. He's still developing the Batman Rogues Gallery movies and showcases and shows focusing on the Scarecrow, Clayface, and Professor Pig. So he's already working on the Batman sequel. So if you were looking forward to that, like that is still happening. But all these other spin-off shows with these other side villains are a thing. It is going to still happen. In addition to that, we also have Man of Steel 2. Man of Steel 2 is still in development. So like what is being said right now is that it is a priority for David Zaslav and the folks over there at WB. They still want a Superman movie. Right now, they are only looking for a writer right now. So we don't have a director. We don't really know. We just know that they are still working on it. This is a priority. And they still want Henry Cavill to be Superman. So, all this stuff that was going on with the previous administration, the previous folks, whatever, like they were the reason why, for whatever reason, you wasn't getting Henry Cavill as Superman. Now, I've been a very big proponent of Henry Cavill as Superman. I'm very, very okay if he wants to come back. I don't know if Witcher is it for him. I don't know. Like Witcher, we'll see. I don't know. But I love him as Superman. So hopefully he comes back, stays for good. We'll see. Anyway, so we do have that happening. Now, in terms of The Rock, now the one thing that The Rock was saying was basically when they talk about his Superman power, he wants to pitch a Black Adam versus Superman movie, right? And a lot of that comes from he's like, I'm listening to the fans. Now, here's the thing with this. I'm like, it's one thing to listen to the fans, but it's another thing to be dictated by the fans. When you are dictated by the fans, sometimes that can be a problem. And I'm speaking as a fan, okay? I'm saying that because when sometimes the fan base will not know what's good for it. Let me put it to you like this. It's almost like as fans, we have like a bottomless stomach. We will consume and consume and consume and consume, even if it hurts our tummies, right? Because we just want it. We want it. Yes, give it all. We'll take it all. But sometimes we don't know when too much is too fast and too fast is too much. Sometimes we don't know that because we just want to get our stuff. This is why I be telling people, ain't no way fans could run Marvel, because Marvel would have been overstuffed in the first 5 years. First 5 years, we would have had mutants, we would have had Galactus, we would have had Apocalypse, we would have had everything that fans would want. Everything would have just been thrown at us. And guess what? It would have been overload, it would have been whack, it would have been corny, and we would have never had true development. So I say that again because I like and I respect the fact that The Rock is listening to fans. But if you're sitting here trying to talk about you want to make a Black Adam movie with Superman, bro, whatever happened to Shazam? Like last time I checked, and we talked about this. Remember, we talked about how The Rock is the reason why Shazam originally was going to introduce Black Adam, but The Rock wanted this to be a standalone. He wanted it, like, yo, I'm like, yo, bro, if you want to be the star, just say you want to be the star. Okay, fine. I think we all know that Shazam 2 really should have been Shazam versus Black Adam. That's literally his mortal enemy. Like that's Shazam, Black Adam, Batman, Joker, Superman, Lex Luthor. That's how that goes. But now when you want to circumvent that, if you want to do a Batman and Superman, if you want to do a Black Adam and Superman movie, I hope you're bringing Shazam in there, because I hope you're not just doing this just because fans want it. Like, I hope you're letting story dictate first, and fans will come along. Fans will come along. Don't force it just because fans want to see that. Because if it don't make sense, it's not going to be good overall in the long term. So anyway, I know he's pushing for it, but hopefully he kind of chills out with that. And yeah, James Gunn is trying to develop his secret movie. Nobody knows what it is, so I don't even know why it's news. But he is trying to do something, probably in the Peacemaker realm, probably in the Suicide realm. Who knows? But that is something that is happening. Like I said, Man of Steel 2 is still happening. And in addition, Black Superman, the reboot. Remember that by Ta-Nehisi Coates and J.J. Abrams producing? That's still in development. That has not stopped. We are still going to get something from them that has not been canceled yet. So now who this Black Superman is, we don't know. But we are going to find out because they're still going. Next up, we also have The Flash. Look at that. Look at that. The Flash sequel, reportedly, it's already written by the same guy, the Aquaman writer. So remember that dude that we talked about earlier with 4-5 names? Was it David, Leslie Johnson, McGlory, Thomas Adams? Yeah, all of that. He is also going to do the script for Flash 2. Now whether Ezra is going to be in that or not, we don't know. But hey, they clearly are moving forward with the Flash. They clearly believe the Flash is really good. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Test screenings have been positive so far, so we will have to wait and see. The Flash doesn't come out until 2023. I think it's in March, so we will see on that. All right. Let's see. I think. Okay, so yeah, that's all we have for the DC updates and news. What did you think about all of these? Are any of these news bits exciting for you? Are you looking forward to Man of Steel 2, Flash 2? We haven't even gotten the first Flash. Any of James Gunn's secret projects, or the Batman spinoffs? Do any of those pique your interest? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right, let's grab. I think I got one comment here. Oh, no, I got two. Hold on. All right, while I scroll, let me rehydrate. All right. Okay, I'm caught up now. All right. There we go. My man, Bodonis Creed. I need y'all to realize how Bo be just killing it with his names. I'm now curious how bad Batgirl was since this is the Black Adam we got. Yeah, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Black Adam and Batgirl had the same audience score, but remember they said Batgirl was so bad that they had to get rid of it. I mean, listen, if it was anything like Black Adam, they need to release it. They should have released it. Now they probably won't because of tax issues and stuff like that. Because basically they already wrote it off as a tax write-off. But if it was anything like Black Adam, yeah, I'm with you on that. They should just release the Batgirl cut. So yeah, I mean, drop it on HBO, something. No, they need to make their money. They have to do it in the theaters. But thank you for that. Appreciate you. Let's see. R Payne, thank you so much. How are they going to upgrade Shazam from the buffoon he was into a tough guy to challenge Black Adam? Well, I mean, I think that with any film, that's going to come through the storytelling. That's going to come through. You need a good writer. Now, in the comics, yeah, it's Billy, and Billy is a kid and stuff like that, but Billy still grows up. Not to say he grows up into a man and stuff like that. I'm just talking about like he matures as he goes through more experiences, right? So I'm more than positive. I don't know. This Shazam 2 looks a little too wonky for me, a little too corny. But my guess is that by the end of Shazam 2, he's gonna know what it means to be a hero. He's gonna have a better sense of family, or something like that. So I think is where you're gonna get the character development that will be a bridge into moving into Black Adam. But my question is like, what do you even do with Black Adam? Like, because again, if The Rock gets his way and he's trying to do a Superman Black Adam movie, like, where's Shazam and all that? Because at least in the animated movie, which I recommend, go check that out. At least in the animated movie, it was a Shazam movie, but it was Black Adam versus Shazam and Superman. Now, if you want to give me that, I'm with that. That's not cool. That's fine. Because don't forget, remember at the end of Shazam, his special friend that he met at lunch. So there you go too. But anyway, just good writing. I think they just need to write it and make it actually make sense. So hopefully they do that and don't get overly cheesy with it. All right. Thank you so much for that. Now let's is it time? I think it's time. Okay. Where we at? Hold on. Let me grab. Yeah, y'all know what it is. Y'all got a chance to see this. I have not. But it is time for us to go ahead and check out this Creed 3 trailer. I've been sitting on this for a whole week. I know all of y'all probably already saw it, so give me some time. Let me watch it now. I'm just gonna react to it. I have not seen it, so I want to check it out. But let's get ready. All right. So we have let's see, Creed 3. I'm gonna blow this. I'm gonna make this a little smaller because I'm pretty sure y'all already saw this, right? So I want to see what the hype is about. Now, from what I understand, this is directed. This is Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut. So for me, when I'm going into this movie, that's what I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to be looking at how are those edits? How are those angles? How is the storytelling? How did you construct this? So I'm going to be going in there for the sake of figuring out, just analyzing how he put this movie together, because it's not easy. It is not easy how, people put movies together, especially on their first time. Now, from what I heard, he did get a lot of help. He got a lot of help. What's his name? Steve Kapler. I think it was the guy that did the last Creed. And I believe Ryan Coogler also helped him out. That's his boy anyway. So either way, ain't nothing wrong with getting some help. Directors get help all the time. I'm looking forward to this. I know Jonathan Majors in here. We seen how swole Jack, my man, is, at least getting up for Kang. But we finna get Killmonger versus Kang. I'm down with this. So let's see if the trailer holds up and what's about to happen. So let's check this out. Wait, hold on. Let me I need y'all to calm down. Get some water. Calm down. We're not gonna go through this again. Calm down. Okay. Just you know who I'm talking to. Y'all know who I'm talking to. I need y'all to calm down. Sheesh. All right, let's get into this.
I spent the last 7 years of my life living out my wildest dreams. Bianca, Rocky, my dad. This was built on their shoulders. Hey, my man, can I help you?
Let me get an autograph.
Nah, I ain't signing an autograph, but you get off my car.
You don't remember me, huh?
Damien. How long were you locked up?
18 years, bro. Just got out last week.
Glad to have you back out, huh?
I know I've been away a long time, but I kept myself in shape. I still got gas in the tank.
Come by the gym.
Thank you.
Curious what happened with you two?
I didn't tell you. We was like brothers. I was the best, though. But I never got a chance to prove that. That's cute. I know what you're doing, Donnie. You don't owe this dude nothing.
Damien's fighting the world and he's trying to hurt people.
I vouch for you. You think you mad? Try spending half your life in a cell. Watching somebody else live your life. I'm coming for everything.
You threatening me?
Something is going on with you.
Damien was like family.
Damn.
Now we past talking.
Then maybe you just have to find him.
Do what I gotta do. Some of my methods you might disagree with me. These are family ties. I recognize mine. I know that they needed me. It's traumatic stress. Watch it manifest. Got my only fear. I ain't scared of death. Did you hear me yet? I ain't scared of death. Did you hear me yet? What you gonna do? Threaten to take my breath?
I need you to let go of your fear. Let go of the guilt. Let go of whatever was and walk into what is.
I feel those chains are breaking, yeah. I fear God, I don't fear death. I see those stripes and take a step.
Okay. Yeah. I'm with it. Okay. Yep. I'm with it. Let's do it. Woo. Okay. So first of all, did Creed snitch? Was he a snitch? Is that what happened? Did he take the fall for him? I don't know. Either way. First of all, let me just say thank you for finally getting an opponent that is in your weight class. Finally. Because I'm sitting there in Creed 2, My man went against like a super heavyweight, and Creed was just like right here, like, bro, what were you doing? Second, I'm wondering if Jonathan Majors' character, like, how you go from fresh out of jail to fighting the champ, or is he not the champ anymore? I don't like. Can you do that? Maybe this is an exhibition. I don't know. Either way, I'm very excited. I'm good with this. I want to see this. I am a sucker for a good boxing movie. Yeah. I'm yes. Because did I do a watch party for Creed? I don't know if I did or not. I don't think I did. But I know when Creed first came out, I saw that like 3 times. Like, it was fantastic. And here's one thing I do remember, and I wouldn't be surprised if Michael B. Jordan did this, because he did this in Creed 1, I believe. He took a real punch. This man took real punches, and like, he really got knocked out, and the studio hated it. But it was like one of the best scenes in the movie. So, and he got that tip from Sly Stallone. He was like, man, people gonna believe real punches, not them air punches and all, real punch. So I am definitely looking forward to this. I think I'm rooting for Kang Gang. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I mean, I know we're supposed to vote for Creed. I get it. He the main character, but yo, Kang Gang. I listen. That right there could be that could be a good film. So I hope Michael B. Jordan put that together well. I like the soundtrack so far. That definitely was cool. I like the tension. Of course, you got to have a good training montage as well. They got that down. But yeah, I like this. So y'all let me know, how do you feel about the Creed 3 trailer? What was your reaction when you first saw it? Are you gonna go see it opening night? Because I'm there. I can't wait for this. Like, this is definitely something. And I can't wait for these heavyweights to go at it. But thank you so much for watching it with me. I appreciate y'all. Let's see. Puma, been waiting for Creed 3. Can't wait. MBJ. Looks great. All right. Thank you for that. Let's see who else we got. Puma back at it. As a director, the trailer looks fantastic. Yeah, I don't know if he actually does the trailer too, but either way, looks good. I do have this isn't giving me red flags so far, so I'm here for it. I'm team Kang Gang right now. I don't know. Cynthia, what you got? They could just keep the camera on Jonathan Majors. Lord, okay. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna do that. And I'm sure when it comes out on home entertainment, you can go ahead and buy it and freeze frame all you like. But thank you for that, my man Matthew Collins. So Damien is Adonis's Drago Lang. Yeah, I was trying to think of, like, what was that other guy's name? Tommy Guns or Tommy whatever, the guy that, the street guy. Like, I was kind of getting that vibe. I don't know if it's the Clubber Lang, maybe, but I'm just glad. I am glad they didn't do the Clubber Lang, like, son story, because that would have been a little bit too much. Like, for me, I don't really like the idea that they kept copying and feeding off of the past Rockies, because the whole theme with Creed is, I want to make my own name. I want to be my own person. That's been the theme since the first movie. But as he mentioned, he's been living in the shadow of his dad and of Rocky and so on. So here's the other thing. I'm glad and I hope there's not a one shot of Rocky in this. I heard he is not attached to this. I heard he's not in the movie. I hope they keep it that way. I'm not, anti-Rocky, but it's like, yo, if this is supposed to be his thing, let it be his thing, because I've always said from the jump, Rocky should have died in the first movie. That was a perfect opportunity when he learned he had cancer, when he learned all this stuff. Man, Sly was about to win him a whole award, a whole Oscar, if he had just died in Creed 1, but they had to milk it, put him in 2, and I'm like, man, like he's still you still kind of stealing his shine a little bit. Like you really want it to be about Adonis and just Adonis, But anyway, but thank you for that. I appreciate you, Matthew. Let's see, Simon, what you got? Creed 3 is based on a true story 2019 boxing documentary, Ringside. Oh, okay. Amateur boxing prodigies. One became a star, the other served a decade in prison. Wow. Oh, I did not know that. Okay. Hey, thank you so much for that. Very, very interesting. I had no idea. That's dope. Like, even at least that's original for this franchise. So I will take that. That is great. That is great. Thank you so much for that information. Ali, what you got? Ladies getting a half price for the watch party. Man, I don't know about all that. I don't know about that. I should charge y'all full price because y'all gonna show up. I should charge the fellas, less than that. Tommy Gunn, thank you. That was Tommy Gunn. Thank you. But thank you, Alib. I appreciate that. I'll consider it. Maybe you get a Mod Squad discount. But thank you for that, for real. Okay, so we are done with Creed. So let's switch gears up a little bit and let's get into some Marvel. Now, I have told y'all for the longest, Marvel has failed the Hulk. I've told y'all that. I made a whole video about that. So far, it ain't really looking up. Now, in addition to that, She-Hulk has come through, and it's okay. She-Hulk was fine. Like, it wasn't the greatest show ever. It wasn't the worst ever either. But one thing we know is that they also had a lot of cameos, right? And while they had a lot of cameos, keep in mind, of course, they were going to bring back, Mark Ruffalo. We also saw that they paid homage to the old school Hulk, from the 70s and stuff. But did you know that apparently they considered bringing back the GOAT? Yes, that's right. We almost got the GOAT Hulk back. And I am speaking of none other than Ed Norton's Hulk. Ed Norton, I don't care about. It's Ed Norton's Hulk that I would have wanted to see. They apparently considered bringing him back for the She-Hulk finale. Here's what they ended up saying. I think this was from the director, I want to say. Our decision is definitely not one based on monetary factors, but instead rooted in the need for an actor who embodies the creativity and collaborative spirit of our other talented cast members. The Avengers demands players who thrive working as part of an ensemble, as evidenced by Robert, Chris Evans, Sam, Scarlett, and our other talented actresses cast. Now, actually, my fault. That was actually Kevin Feige talking about why that was a statement why Ed Norton couldn't be a part of, he couldn't continue on. And in so many words, he just was like, he's not a team player. That's all he was saying. Like, he could have just said that. But in terms of bringing Ed Norton back for She-Hulk, okay, here it is. There was a lot of talk about the fact that the last time they were together, a different actor was playing the Hulk, and Mark Ruffalo made quite a few jokes about that. And we did entertain the idea of swapping Mark out for Ed Norton, but that did not come to pass. Let's see, was there more? And then the other thing that I think is kind of fascinating for people to know, that we filmed that finale sequence with everybody in the lodge at the very beginning of the shooting, and all the actors were like, what in the hell is going on? And I had to say, it doesn't make sense, but don't worry, that's the point. And that was really unique from a director's point of view, because you have to get people to trust you, and then you're telling them it doesn't make sense, it's not supposed to, just come along for the ride. Okay, all right. Anywho, we were so close, so close to getting the GOAT back in action, but unfortunately that did not happen. I think that would have been great. I think that actually would have paid off a lot of the jokes more, and I think it also would have been a good look for Marvel to just be like, hey, look, no hard feelings, right? Like, I know we parted on different terms. I know we, didn't continue the relationship or whatever. But hey, you're welcome back. No hard feelings. It's all good. So I think that was a missed opportunity for them. Now I don't know how Ed Norton feels about it. That'd be actually a pretty cool question for somebody to ask him. Like, would you have considered going back to Marvel? But maybe somebody else ask him that at another time. But man, I cannot say that I'm a little hurt that we did not get the GOAT to come back, because his Hulk, that's the last time Hulk was scary. That's the last time Hulk was a beast. Okay. But anyway, how do y'all feel about the fact that we almost could have, should have, would have, but we didn't get Ed Norton's Hulk back into the MCU with She-Hulk? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Rabia, thank you so much for the super sticker. I really appreciate that. Matthew Collins, thank you so much. Don't mind me just mopping up the floor. Safety first, E-Man. Yeah, I'm sure it's a mess in the comments. I ain't even gonna read them now. I'm gonna wait until it dries up a little bit first, and then I'll come and read them later. But thank you for that. All right, let's keep it moving. Okay, now we have Wonder Man. Now, I think we talked about this a while back, because Wonder Man is something that was announced that was going to be a Disney Plus series, and this Disney Plus series was going to star the superhero, and he was going. His name is Simon Williams, and he's like a failed actor who has like all these powers. Like, he's ridiculously overpowered, but he also has, now I don't think Marvel's going to copy this, but in the comics his brain patterns or something like that matched up with the Vision, and because Vision and him, they were kind of sort of brothers in a sense or something like that. It's kind of weird. And he had a thing with Wanda, so who knows where that's gonna go, how that's gonna be, whatever. But there has been a rumor circulating, and one of those rumors is that they found who they want for Wonder Man, and that is none other than Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, who supposedly is in talks to play Marvel's Wonder Man. Now, let me just say a couple things. I have, for a long time, I think y'all know this, I have been a very, very big fan of Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. Like, he's fantastic as an actor. I think he's very underrated. You guys have probably seen him in Candyman, which was okay. And then I really enjoyed his performance in Trial of the Chicago 7, which is on Netflix. Seeing him in that role in that movie, I was like, oh no, this brother can act, right? And my issue is, like, for one, I've been saying for the longest, he's been my number one pick to play T'Challa. Like, when they eventually recast T'Challa, I want Yahya Abdul-Mateen to play him, right? You also have seen him as Black Manta in Aquaman movies, right? So my only issue with this is, like, well, I got two issues. One, I'm kind of like, man, I kind of hope he doesn't go for this role, because while it is an opportunity for him to be seen, you're in the Marvel light and all that, I don't like the idea that you're only going for this specific role, because Wonder Man is not a leading character. Wonder Man is a character who you can make a Disney Plus series about him. My guess is that when you do make a movie, he might pop up somewhere. So for me, I'm like, man, if you coming from Black Manta to this, it's like a lateral move. You're not really doing much now. And I've seen this as well. Some people have said he should be Blue Marvel. First of all, I have no problem with him being Blue Marvel, but this also leads into the second thing that I had an issue with. Traditionally, as you can see from the comics, Wonder Man has been white. Now, nothing about Wonder Man's race dictates that he has to be white. He could be whatever ethnicity. It doesn't really matter. One of the issues I'm having, though, is kind of like, yo, it actually would be kind of cool if you could use these Black actors that are talented and actually have them play roles and characters that are originally black. Have some black person play Brother Voodoo. Have somebody play Blue Marvel. Have somebody play, I mean, we already have a Luke Cage and all that, but like bring those, have somebody play Bishop. Bring those characters forward if we're going to start casting black actors. Now, the reason why I'm a little hesitant on Blue Marvel is I wonder if Marvel will give Blue Marvel a leading role as well. Or are you going to treat Blue Marvel as a Disney Plus character? That's where I'm kind of, like, if it's a leading role, and if you were to tell me like, yo, we finna have a Blue Marvel movie, cool, do it. Let's go. But if you're only doing like side characters and because again, having a movie and leading a movie is up here. Leading a TV show is down here. TV is not as big as movies that have a much bigger global appeal. So I want these brothers and sisters, I want them to get the highest levels with the highest characters first, and then we can work ourselves down. So anyway, I hope I wish the best for him. Like I said, I think he is super talented. I just hope he aims higher than this. I hope this rumor is just a rumor. Or I don't know if Marvel's ever going to make a Wonder Man movie. I don't see that happening. This character is really, really obscure. I don't think it would really be the case. But all power to him. I'm still here for it. I'm rooting for everybody black anyway. So anyway, how do y'all feel about my man Yahya Abdul-Mateen II potentially in talks to play Wonder Man? Is there another character that you'd like him to play? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. All right, let me grab some of those comments. Didier, what you got? If they had both Ed Norton and Eric Bana swapped out in different scenes, that would have been a chef's kiss. Oh my God, that would have been hilarious. If like literally every time they just kept talking to Bruce, they just kept switching them out. Like 1 minute is Eric, 1 minute is Ed, 1 minute is Mark. That would have been phenomenal. Like, if you want to talk about some wonky, crazy stuff for She-Hulk to do, missed opportunity right there. Thank you for that. That would have been fantastic. Fantastic. I would have loved that. Would have been cracking up. And to have Jen just sit here and be like, Bruce, did you grow? Bruce, did you get shorter? Bruce, what is going on with your hair? Like that just would have been funny. Anyway, Puma, what you got? This sounds like a bait and switch. He's probably going to really be cast as T'Challa, Wonder Man, Brainwaves, former Visions, and later fought over Wanda. Yes, all of that is true. I'm fine with it. Listen, I keep telling y'all, I don't care how, I don't care when, whatever they want to do, as long as T'Challa comes back one way or another, that's all I care about. I don't care who plays him for real. Like, I'm just get the character on screen. That's what matters to me. So any recommendations y'all got for T'Challa, I don't care. That's great. Yes. Because that means T'Challa can continue. So yes to all of them. But yes, if they want to be sneaky, fine. That's fine with me too. Staggerboard, Night Thrasher is a good example of a Marvel hero of color that could be elevated into films. I don't know. Night Thrasher, that still feels like a side character. It still feels, and I know they had like their own, solo run. I just don't know if it has the movie appeal. Like if this was the 90s, if this was like the early 2000s, sure. But now I don't know if you're really gonna get that. So I'm not gonna say never, because I like Night Thrasher. I have no problem if they do that. I just don't know if that'd be the first that came to mind. I do think that I was gonna say Brother Voodoo has a good shot. And Blue Marvel could have a good shot because I think Blue Marvel's origin story is so fantastic, especially how it deals with racism and all that. That's a really good opportunity for a solo movie and not just a series. But Night Thrasher, first thought to me, comes off as Disney Plus series. But yeah, you're right. It could develop into a movie. Who knows? If Armor Wars can be a movie, why not? But thank you for that. Appreciate you. Low key, thank you so much, Low Key, for the super sticker. Really, really appreciate that support. Appreciate you. All right, let's move on. I didn't even know if I wanted to talk about this, but I mean, y'all know I talked about this last time, and I yeah, y'all already know I am not trying to be a scooper. I am not trying to be one of those people that brings you the super inside information. I'll be honest with y'all. There have been things like when I know things, I will let y'all know, but that's only if it's not going to compromise a source or whoever told me the information or however I found out about it. I'm not saying I got like a direct line, to these folks. I'm not saying that I know everything and get like sometimes I get little things once in a blue moon. So let's not act like, I got the hookup. But this is one of those things that I was kind of, telling y'all about. I didn't want to say nothing. And here's the thing. I'm just gonna say, just because it's a rumor does not mean it will happen or that it will not happen. But I'm just saying, I did warn y'all before the news dropped. I did say that. So, news is, I told y'all, what did I tell you? I told y'all that Ironheart might break the internet, but that was contingent on if this would have stayed secret. But apparently, now that Deadline is talking about it, yes, Sacha Baron Cohen, aka Borat, potentially as Mephisto. Wow. Yes, that is the hot rumor that is going on. Listen, I am neither going to confirm nor deny anything. But I will say that I knew that there was something cooking with Ironheart. And if this does pan out and if this does happen, I do not like the fact that it had to be even speculated about. I do not like the fact that whoever leaked it at all, because this could have been, if it's true, it could have been a fantastic surprise. And it's one of those things where I'm like, I really don't like the idea that we get so thirsty for surprises that we just can't let things happen. Now, there is the chance that Marvel scraps this because there have been other things in the past that have been rumored that even I knew for a fact actually happened. Like they shot it, they did it, whatever, but it didn't make it to the big screen because it got leaked. So it sucks that we can't chill because, like, seriously, at this point, why do you need to know this? Like, imagine if no trailers, no internet rumors, you're watching Ironheart, and literally out of nowhere, Borat shows up in like some red tights or devil feet or something. I don't know, a pitchfork, whatever. And boom, Mephisto confirmed. We would have lost our minds. We would have been loving it. We would have been cracking up, or it would have broken the internet. But now that you see it coming, now that it's a possibility, meh. Oh well. So I'm just disappointed that this is even out there. I'm not saying it's confirmed. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying I am disappointed that somebody even put it out there, because like this is why we can't have nice things. Because now people going to probably watch Ironheart and they just going to be like, "Meh, it was all right. Meh, it was boring. Meh, I knew everything that was going," or whatever, because the surprise factor is gone. The little things that they were really trying to do, they're gone. So anyway, how do you feel though if this is true? If it's true, how do you feel about potentially Sacha Baron Cohen, aka Borat, being Mephisto in Ironheart, if it's true. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right. I think we're almost done. Yeah. What do we have? Okay. Let's get into some Black Panther news. As you know, Black Panther Wakanda Forever is coming up. And there is some news about it. Now, I have told you guys multiple times that I do believe that the movie is going to be just fine. I think that the movie is going to make money and all of that because there's a lot of hype around it. There's a lot of anticipation for it. Now, people have different levels of anticipation and different reasons for being excited for it. As we did for the trailers and the breakdown, like the trailer looks fine. Like the trailer looks like a good quality movie. Now, obviously, I have, a lot of hesitancy with the story direction, and I have a lot of things that I'm looking for this movie to answer. Shout out RecastTChalla. But I'm also willing to give this movie a shot. I'm also willing to give it the opportunity to win me over. Like, I'm not going in there hating it. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to put my biases to the side and I'm going to let it tell its story. And when I come out, I'm going to talk about it. Maybe I like it. Maybe I don't. I don't know yet. I think the least we could do is give them a fair shot. And if they dig themselves in a hole, guess what? We're going to sit there and we're going to bury them. Now, if they don't and they set something up good, then that's different. So, first bit of news with this, as I said, it's a lot of people are anticipating this. A lot of people have already bought tickets for this. Black Panther currently is tracking for a huge 175 million plus debut. Well, guys, I told you. I've told you guys this for over a year. I told you money is not going to affect this movie. I've told you guys this. Like, I've told you guys a lot of things, but it's okay. Some people want to believe what they want to believe, and that's fine. They're entitled to it. But the general public, they don't care the way you think they care. They want to go see, how is Marvel going to deal with T'Challa's absence? What is Marvel going to do to address the lack of, to honor Chadwick Boseman? A lot of people are going to be excited for Namor and Shuri and everybody else. This movie is going to make a lot of money. I also told you that the first week is going to make a lot of money because there are no more discount tickets for opening week. So when you go to your local movie theater, you're not going to get your $5 Tuesday or student discounts or whatever on that first week. And what is that going to do? It's going to inflate the numbers. So what's going to happen after that? That plays into the marketing. Oh my gosh, Black Panther for Wakanda Forever made $200 million in its opening week. It's making so much money. You've got to come and see this. It broke this record. It broke that record. I'm telling you, this is how this is going to go. Like, don't nobody listen to me. It's okay. It's all right. Y'all don't, people don't listen. It's okay. It's okay. This movie's going to make money. It's not going to care if it's going to make a lot of money. Let's just leave it at that. I don't know if it's going to make that full $1.5 billion that the first movie did. I don't know about that, but it's definitely going to make some money in the first couple of weeks. Is it going to do the replays? I don't know. That's something completely different. Not to mention, you also have the new standard of the shorter 45-day window. You might get a lot of people go the first week, maybe even the second week. But after that, some people might be like, all I got to do is wait 2 weeks and it's on Disney Plus. 3 weeks. Like, some people could wait. So we'll see. we'll see what happens. But it absolutely does have more than enough financial legs to justify itself. So for anybody that was hoping this movie was going to tank or flop or whatever, it's probably not. It's the numbers are going to be fine. Like, it just will. But anyway, y'all let me know, how are you feeling about this how are you feeling about these opening numbers for it, for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Let's see, let me grab this comment real quick. Tracy, oh, thank you so much for that, Tracy. I really appreciate you. My man Matthew, what you got? Thank you so much. Why him? Hope it's not true about Borat. Yeah, well, maybe. Who knows? But thank you for that, Matthew. I appreciate you. All right, so in addition to these numbers, actually, let's see. We just found out as well. One thing we knew was that when Chadwick Boseman passed away, he had been working with Ryan Coogler on Black Panther 2, right? So there was always a script already in place. And while he was working on Black Panther 2, this is again something that he worked on with Chadwick. And when Chadwick passed away, Ryan Coogler, we also talked about, was very hurt. He was mourning, he was grieving, and he got to the point where he almost turned away from directing in general, not just Black Panther. He just was going to stop directing. Along with that, he felt as though, according to Ryan, he felt that Chadwick would have wanted them to continue, because clearly Chadwick would not want the franchise to stop because of his passing. I mean, let's be honest. This man was fighting cancer for 4 years, working out at the gym, busting his butt, visiting kids in sick hospitals and stuff to give us more Black Panther and to give us more T'Challa. So absolutely, Chadwick wanted this to continue. So Ryan Coogler felt as though, like, we have to continue. So what ended up happening, though, was he changed the script. And, we kind of talked about this a little bit, that like he wanted to change the focus of the script to reflect real life. And that reflection would be, what's the world like without T'Challa? What are people feeling? How does, what is that like? So the script for Black Panther Wakanda Forever is not what we were supposed to get originally. But we actually found out through some interviews what it would have been like. And I have to be honest, this hurt my heart. It hurt my heart. So Ryan Coogler shed some light on his original Black Panther 2 script. Again, this is a script that, him and Chadwick worked on. And or at least Chadwick approved, I'd say that. He said here, Coogler said, the script we wrote before Chadwick passed was very much rooted in T'Challa's perspective. It was a massive movie, but also simultaneously a character study that deeply into his psyche and situation. He goes on to say that art can be therapeutic, but the process of therapy can be painful at times, torturous, but also at times calming and rewarding. It was all of those things. Sharing with the cast who were also in grief, they granted me a lot of grace. When I say that this hurt my heart, it hurt my heart because this is exactly what I was hoping for in a Black Panther sequel. Not only that, I was hoping for us to see the exact same thing that made me fall in love with the character of T'Challa. One of the things that I found so fascinating, besides his origin story coming up as a kid, was who is this guy? This guy that's like like one of the smartest people in the world, one of the best fighters. He's technologically advanced. He's a leader. He's a king. He married a dime of a goddess with Storm. You know, he whooped Captain America, or at least his daddy, granddaddy, whatever. Who is this guy? And as I would read the Black Panther comics, as I would read watch the cartoons and stuff like that, one of the most fascinating things was learning how this guy operated and what made him think and act the way he did. I mean, this is a guy who, when you first met him, he was like, look, are you Team Wakanda? If you not, get out my face. Okay? Like, T'Challa did not care about nobody, no nothing. It was Wakanda or nothing, And then over time, he would develop and stuff. And this is something that I've been trying to tell people, which is exactly why I've tried to push Recast T'Challa. Not recast Black Panther, but recast T'Challa. Because T'Challa's character is so deeply rich. And what we got was just a small fraction of this character. All we got so far within his character is now he knows not to let vengeance, take over and not to let it cloud his judgment, and how he's going to be a different kind of king than his forefather and ancestors. That's all we knew. That's all we got from the first Black Panther movie and any other appearance that we got. We have no idea how he is going to be challenged, how he's going to form as a character dealing with the repercussions of opening up Wakanda. Do you know how many times, if you've read any of the comics, some of the best issues, some of the best struggles and challenges T'Challa has is him dealing with his country. It's him dealing with his people. It's him dealing with his family. It's him dealing with the world. That's what makes T'Challa so dope. It's learning, who is this man? What is it about him that makes him tick? And seeing that evolution of a character over time. This is yet again one of the reasons why I keep trying to tell people, stop trying to compare T'Challa to all these other characters like Tony Stark and Steve Rogers and all these other characters, because they've had their stories told. There's so much of these other stories told of these other characters that you don't have to wonder what they would do or not in a certain situation. I've heard people talk about, well, Princess Leia, she didn't get recast, even though she did get recast as a little girl, whatever. But yeah, after the actress passed away, that was definitely sad. But Leia's story's been told. Leia died old. Shout out to Leia. Like, Leia's old. She died. It happens. There's no wonder about Leia's character. But we don't know jack about T'Challa and what he could be. We know that what ends up happening in Marvel, they will take a leading character and build them up over multiple movies. So for people that even think we got enough of T'Challa already, no, you didn't. Because if you don't know what he could be as a father, a king, a husband, a diplomat, an Avenger, you don't know any of those things. You don't. You don't know. I don't. I don't know what the MCU version is going to be like now. Not unless they recast the character. So, it's so disappointing to hear that this is what we could have gotten. We could have actually gotten character development. We could have gotten a character study. Do you realize how important that is to have audiences gravitate to other characters? You know who else got a character study? Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark. Like, yes, I know Iron Man 3 has some issues, but we sure did learn more about Tony. Those are character studies. Watching him go through his PTSD and all that stuff, that's the type of stuff that we need. We sure got a good character study through Captain America Winter Soldier, where Steve Rogers was challenged with his blind allegiance at first to, country. And he had to be like, wait a minute, is it country or doing the right thing? Those are the things that make us care about characters. It's their development. It's the flaws that they exhibit. It's the challenges that they overcome. Those are the things that make characters iconic and relatable and memorable. So yeah, it sucks that this could have had put T'Challa on another level that would have made people see beyond the mantle and see the character. What did Chadwick tell Roland Martin? I want people to see the role and not me. He wanted you to see Thurgood Marshall. He wanted you to see Jackie Robinson. He wanted you to see James Brown. He wanted you to see T'Challa and not him. So now that I'm hearing that this original script was going to have us really look at T'Challa, that hurts my heart as a fan. That's not a knock against the cast and crew. I'm not disparaging them for wanting to do their own thing. That's their prerogative. But I can speak as a fan and say, it sucks that I'm not going to get my favorite superhero story told on screen. That sucks. Sucks a lot. So, anywho, y'all let me know how you feel about knowing now what we could have gotten with the original Black Panther script. This point, man, I'd love for that to leak. Leak that. Somebody leak that. I would totally watch that. I would totally read that. Like, I don't even like reading scripts, but I would read that. I'd love to see like what, like, does he have problems with the other tribes? Like, does he have a conflict with Namor? Like, does Dr. Doom show up? Like, what is T'Challa gonna do? Like, does he become an Avenger? So many questions for this character. I hate the fact that they even said this. I wish they didn't even let this out. I wish he would have just been like, nah, I can't talk about the original script, because now I'm forever gonna be wondering. Anyway, y'all let me know how you feel about the original script of what we could have had, and you know what? I'm not gonna lie. It pains me as well that this was a script that you and Chadwick actually looked over, you were working through, you were fine. You said to yourself, hey, let's go ahead and move forward with this, with the franchise, but you don't want to move forward with what he co-signed. Why wouldn't you move forward with what he co-signed? And here's the thing, I get it. The cast and crew, Ryan included, they believe whatever is happening in Wakanda Forever, whatever it is, they believe that is going to honor Chadwick Boseman. Okay. I'm just thinking to myself that, like, when you want to honor someone who's been working at something so diligently and so hard, you continue their work. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. And hopefully it does honor Chadwick. Hopefully it does do something positive for the role of T'Challa. I don't know how hopeful I am on that, but I am willing to give it a shot and see where it goes. Anyway, let me know what you think. Rob Mack, what you got? Chad has been at rest for over 2 years. We have been asking to relive that. Some of us don't mix real trauma with our fiction. Thanks, E. Yeah. We're actually going to talk more about that, but I do find that very problematic. I think it's one thing to allude to real life trauma versus potentially adapting real life trauma. Let me give you an example. And no, this is not an apples to apples, so miss me on that. I know people would be quick to try and twist words around. I'm just looking at the effects. I'm talking about the effects. When you kind of allude to real life trauma, one effect can be positive. And case in point would be Fast and the Furious when they lost Paul Walker. That was an alluding, they were alluding to, obviously we lost him and all that, but it was such a beautiful tribute. He's still alive. He's in the background. They driving off. That was beautiful, right? So the effect of alluding to that worked. Adapting real life trauma into a film series or whatever, I would argue the negative side would be kind of like, again, not apples to apples. This is a very, very loose simulation of the effects. Look at the Dahmer series. The Dahmer series has re-traumatized the families of Dahmer's victims. They've been re-traumatized. It's gotten so bad that they actually had I think, what was it? I had the story put on my Facebook. I'm sorry, I don't even have it on me. It got so bad that can I pull it up? Hold on. Yep, here we go. Let me get this up for y'all. It got so bad that eBay had to ban Jeffrey Dahmer costumes after listings surged due to the Netflix Monster series. You can't sell items that promote or glorify violence. Now, am I saying that's exactly what Wakanda Forever is going to do? No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that when you adapt real life into something for people to consume, that can have effects on people. You might re-traumatize people. You might re-trigger people, depending on the content, depending on the execution. That's all I'm saying. So I'm hopeful, and I'm wishing that Black Panther 2, whatever they do it in a way that does not re-traumatize. I hope they do it in a way, and I'm having some level of confidence, just a little, that they don't directly adapt straight up 100% Chadwick's real life trauma into this fictional story. I hope not. If they do, I think that's going to be mad awkward. I've said from the jump, one of the most awkward things they could do would be to, kill T'Challa, like with cancer or something. Like that has its own riddle of issues. But it would be just like, okay, well, would you want Brian in the Fast and Furious to die of a car crash? Like, would that have been appropriate? Would that have been an honor to him? I don't know. So hopefully Ryan Coogler has found a tasteful way to do it. I have already suggested that one of the best things that they can do, I think that one of the best things Black Panther Wakanda could do is to put the movie in the blip, set the time frame during the blip. Or here's the thing, because I know a lot of y'all are tripped up over but Shuri is still alive. But Shuri, I've already told y'all there's enough wiggle room. Y'all didn't see Shuri get dusted. All you saw was a report that other characters saw. You can't rely on that information, by the way. Hey, what's up, Scott Lang? And on top of that, the only little gray image of Shuri, that was in the marketing. Can you trust the marketing of Marvel when they just got done showing you a Hulk running in the trailers for Avengers Infinity War? Yeah, okay. Until Wakanda Forever sits here and says, Shuri, you got dusted. Or Shuri, remember the time you were gone for 5 years? Until there's 100% confirmation, anything is possible. That is all I've been saying. But even if they don't want to put it during the blip, I'm sitting here thinking like, yo, what if y'all just put no time frame at all? Don't say it's during the blip. Don't say it's after Endgame. Don't put any time frame on it. Leave it completely ambiguous. You can sit here and say, oh, it's been 1 year after T'Challa passed. If we don't know what time that was, maybe it's 1 year after the blip. Maybe it's 1 year after, Endgame. Who knows? But what that would allow, I think, is it would allow Marvel to keep Wakanda Forever in a very isolated, standalone, special place. The actors have already said that Wakanda Forever is going to be its own special thing. It's not going to be like the first movie. It's going to be its own special thing. So I'm like, hey, look, you want to make the recast T'Challa crowd okay? You want to give people their time to grieve? You want to allow the cast and crew to say goodbye to Chadwick and mourn and grieve and share that with everybody else? Don't put a time frame on this. Just say it's a standalone. It is what it is. All we know, Namor exists. Wakanda's out here. I don't know. Shuri's the new Black Panther or Nakia, whoever. Just standalone. Leave it at that. And then when Kang the Conqueror comes in Ant-Man 3, mess it all up, restart. Easy peasy. You don't have to deal with dividing the fandom. You don't have to deal with people being upset, re-traumatized, whatever. Let it be its own thing. I think that would actually be the best compromise that they could do. But maybe not, because they got their mindset on other things. Anyway, thank you, Rob. I appreciate you so much for that. You got me on a whole different rant. Rims, what you got? Thank you so much. Hello, lovely folks. This is your official invitation to the like and subscribe buttons. If you want to give back, don't hesitate to participate in the Wakanda Forever Challenge to support a great cause, T'Challa Forever. Thank you so much for that, Rims. I appreciate you, and shout out to the rest of the mods. If you're looking in the chats, I do believe that they are posting the Wakanda Forever Challenge link. Matter of fact, this is always a good time to go ahead and check this out and talk about it as well. Ooh, we passed the halfway mark. Look at that now. Wakanda Forever Challenge. Look at that. We had $2,600.90. Ooh, $2,690. Let's go. Past the halfway mark with 59 donations. I want to say thank you so much to y'all, for real. This is so important to me, mainly because this is all going to St. Jude's Hospital. It is not going to me. You're donating right to the hospital. And yes, you can get a tax write-off if you want, whatever. But more importantly, you are helping the same kids at the same place that Chadwick Boseman visited while he was fighting cancer and while he was filming Black Panther as well. So the least I think we can do, what did I say earlier? When you're trying to honor somebody, continue their work. Chadwick was trying to bring hope and inspiration to these young kids that are fighting cancer. I think the least we can do is do the same by just giving a small donation and helping them out. So please, if you can, go ahead and donate to the Wakanda Forever Challenge. It is GoFundMe.com, Wakanda/Forever/Challenge. You can find it on GoFundMe. I will put the link in the description as well. But please go ahead and contribute. Anything you can give will be great. Help us get to that goal. I'm going to keep pushing this until we get to our actual goal. But yes, absolutely a worthy cause. And I am so happy of all of y'all putting y'all energy into this for real. All right, let's move on to the last topic. And it's not the highest note, but we're gonna try and make it work one way or another. Lupita Nyong'o, as y'all know, aka Nakia, she has actually commented on RecastTChalla. She has commented on the movement. She has been asked about it, and she gave her 2 cents about it as well. And we are going to see what she had to say. And let me get that. Oh, there we go. So she shares her thoughts on recasting T'Challa for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Here's what she ended up saying. Ryan wrote something that so honored the truth of what everyone of us was feeling, those of us who knew Chadwick. He created something that could honor that and carry the story forward. By the end, I was weeping. All right. She also goes on to say, so on, it says, In the wake of Boseman's death, Coogler and Marvel Studios said that they are not going to recast, it's been a controversial amongst viewers who are hoping to see T'Challa's story continue. Nyong'o supports the choice not to recast. All right, this is what she said. This is not the death of the Black Panther. That's the whole point. It's laying to rest T'Challa and allowing for real life to inform the story of the movies. I know that there are all sorts of reasons why people want him to be recast, but I don't have the patience. I don't have the presence of mind, or I don't have the objectivity to argue with that. I don't. I'm very biased. All right. Let me say first and foremost, I love Lupita. I think she is a fantastic actress, wonderful performer. I haven't seen anything negative about her not to like. Like, she is fantastic. And I'm a fan of hers. Let me make that very, very clear. I also empathize with her because she lost a friend. In a lot of my research, when I was researching Chadwick's interviews and stuff like that, and I'm sorry I can't quote it for you. Usually I can keep my receipts. But in some portion of whatever I was watching, I remember Lupita talking about how much she loved Chadwick. And it was almost kind of like, he got a girl, right? It was almost like that, but, in a professional way. And I remember her always talking about, like, oh, can we have T'Challa and the kid get married? And, just can we have them get together? And, like, she really, really, like, was crushing on Chadwick, right? And, that could be friendly, platonic, whatever. But she really had a close relationship with Chadwick. And I respect that. I really do. And it's one of the reasons why I'm not going to attack her. I'm not going to begrudge her. I'm not going to be disrespectful to the fact that she's entitled to feel how she wants to feel. She lost a friend. Matter of fact, I'm actually kind of appreciative that she can be honest and say, what did she say? I don't have the presence of mind. I don't have the objectivity to argue. I'm very biased. Okay. I don't expect people who are mourning or grieving to be unbiased. I don't expect that, because I've said from the very beginning, when you're grieving, you're not always going to be in the best place of mind to make sound decisions. So I totally understand why she's not going to want to have that conversation or whatever. And I'm not going to force it on her. I don't think she has to. That's fine. You wanted this. That's great. That's your prerogative. What I will talk about, though, is my level of disappointment and how she does not really understand what RecastTChalla is talking about. Now, do I expect her to sit down and read the petition and all that? No. That'd be nice. It'd be nice. And it's sad that she isn't able to hear that. Again, I understand why. She's grieving. I get it. But I can still be disappointed that for the last year and a half, this national conversation we've been having, this whole campaign that is pushing this thing constantly. And remember, by the way, this is why I say we have to stay on message and not deter from the message, because it's so easy for people to just hear one thing and not really understand what's being said. When she says here that, like, this is not the death of the Black Panther, that's the whole point. It's not our point. It's not. That might be your point, but that's never been our point. That's not the point of RecastTChalla. This is not recast Black Panther. This is not about the mantle. You guys are shifting the idea over to the mantle, but we've always been about the character of T'Challa. And then she goes on to say it's laying to rest T'Challa. That's the point. We don't want to lay T'Challa to rest. Not forever. I should say that. Not forever. You want to do it during the blip or something? Okay, cool. But when you say you want to lay him to rest, how many times? You almost buried him in the first movie when he went over the waterfall. My man got dusted and snapped away. He was resting for 5 good old years. You gonna rest him again? Is that the theme that we're going for? How many times we gotta lay this brother to rest? How many times do y'all have to grieve? How many times does Wakanda have to grieve for this brother? Why is that the only story he's really got to tell? He just keeps dying. So no, we don't care about the mantle. This is not the point. If it was the point, we'd say recast Black Panther, but that's not what we're saying. That's why I specifically said recast T'Challa, because T'Challa is the focal point. That's what your original script was all about. Your own script told on y'all. Your own original script was about T'Challa and his psyche and what was going on with that character. That's what we've been talking about. So it's disappointing to hear that she doesn't understand what we're crying. Now, here's the thing. If she heard, okay, y'all want T'Challa and all, then cool. And if she disagreed, that's okay. You don't have to agree with everybody. That is okay. I'm just disappointed that she has learned this misinformation. I'm disappointed that she has absorbed this fake news, in a sense, that like this is about the mantle. No, we have not been talking about the mantle. That's why when Black Panther Wakanda Forever happens, or whenever news comes out, T'Challa trends. Not even Black Panther. I haven't even seen Black Panther trend. T'Challa trends. Y'all didn't even know, and when I say y'all, I'm talking about the general audience. Y'all didn't even know how to spell T'Challa until Recast T'Challa. Nobody was saying T'Challa until Recast T'Challa. Because the point for us has been about T'Challa, not the mantle of Black Panther. And of course, I think the most disturbing part of her commentary is when she said that allowing for real life to inform the story of the movies. And I say this respectfully. Real life does not have to inform fiction. It does not have to inform fantasy. And that's where I think people are losing the point. Because I don't recall an actor passing away or dying, and all of a sudden they had to kill them off because real life impacted fiction. I'm sure it can happen in some cases, but it's not a necessity. It's not a necessity. The frustration I have with her commentary of having real life inform fiction is like, especially for Black folks, especially for the Black community, everything with Black Panther and its significant cultural impact is about being an escape. It's about being a fantasy escape from real life. I don't want real life to inform my fantasy. I don't want real life to inform my fictional storytelling. I don't want that. If that was the case, I'd go read a history book. That, like, these comics were made for fiction. And, you know, because Kevin Feige talked about this similarly, talking about like, well, Stan Lee always said that comics have to be like a glimpse outside the window. Yeah, to an extent. To an extent. That didn't mean that you have to put real life stuff happening to mimic in the comics. They made Black Panther, aka they made T'Challa, so that he could break the stereotypes of Black people. He was literally made for the embodiment of Black representation. That's why he was made. He was not made to mirror real life. He was not created for that. That's not what he's been depicted as over time either. He's always supposed to be a fantasy, a goal, a role model. Like he's always been higher than that. And that also goes for all of Wakanda. Not saying that Wakanda and all the characters are perfect. Not saying that at all. But they're supposed to be something that we might aspire to or that we learn from. What am I finna learn with like T'Challa dying multiple times? Like, I can turn on the news for that. I don't need to see this. And let me give you one example, because I know some people are like, hey, man, superheroes die all the time. It's all good, whatever. One of the best stories in comic books that come to the death of a superhero is the death of Superman. That was the first time I remember when I saw it, when I read that comic, it was so big, the news covered it. Like your regular channel 7, ABC, whatever news, like that covered that. I've never seen regular news covering a comic book story in my life, except for that. When they killed Superman, that was huge. But here's the thing. They came right back. It was like, oh, don't worry. We're going to give you 2 Superman, a red and a blue one. Up, and then he going to come back. Up, and then there's going to be a whole bunch of other Superman. Okay, hey, guess what? He's back. And even in BVS, one of my biggest issues with the movie is the fact that they cheapen the death of Superman. But even there, when Superman died, you knew the little dirt and everything, you knew he was going to come back. So when people talk about like, you know, well, characters die, they come back and stuff like that, I'm like, well, name me the superhero character that dies and there was an announcement from the studios they won't be recast. Imagine if you walked into Batman v Superman or Man of Steel 2 and they said, yep, we're doing the death of Superman, and they said, guess what? Henry Cavill's character will not be recast. You will not get another Superman after the death of Superman. Do you think people would take that the same? Do you think people would go into it with the mindset of, I can't wait to see my favorite superhero die? They at least have that comfort of knowing at least they'll come back. Now, there are people out there that are up here. They're like, oh, it's Marvel. They'll recast. It's okay. You know, you're just kind of going off of hope. And that's fine. You can hope that. I'm just saying, we've never had to deal with, we're going to kill this character and we're not going to recast. It's a difference if you kill a character in story, but it's another difference when the real life happens and the company is like, by the way, you ain't going to get this no more. That's a big difference. It changes everything. It's one of the reasons why when people ask me, are you excited for Black Panther? Why would I be? I wouldn't say I'm excited. I'm highly anticipating it. I'm very anxious to see what they do. I'm not excited to go see my favorite character die, and I'm probably not going to see them again. I'm not excited over that. Who would be excited over that? Imagine Wonder Woman coming onto the screen, being a huge inspiration for women and little girls and all that. God forbid, Gal Gadot, she passed away or she just won't be recast. And that's it. After the first movie, that's it. That's it. No more Wonder Woman. You excited for that? Why? At some point, we got to realize that these characters mean stuff to different people for different reasons. And the moment I'm even in the fictional storytelling, and then you would tell me, hey, we're going to take this real life stuff and jam pack it into this, and we're going to reinforce and double down and talk about, nah, we're not going to recast. That hurts. That stings. Now, I am grateful to an extent that Marvel has come out and said, well, you just won't see this version. Well, it was too soon to recast. I wish y'all would have said that from the jump. I wish y'all would have said that from the very beginning. Chadwick Boseman was iconic. His portrayal of T'Challa is something that, transcends the character and all that. And for that reason, we will not recast for now. But in the meantime, Ryan Coogler is going to make something very special. He's working hard on the script, and it'll be great. Okay, Ryan, show me what you got. I would just sit back and watch. Because in my eyes, in my ears, I would have heard, oh, you're not going to recast for now? That's cool. I understand. I get it. We need a break. We need some time. Ryan, do your magic. I can wait. There would be no Recast T'Challa movement at all. There would be no petition. There would be no videos. There'd be nothing. Had you just said, y'all, we need some time. Not now. Okay. Somebody died. Yeah, we get it. We're not heartless. I know some people want to paint the movement to be that way. We're not. We're not. Nobody is saying you better do this now. That's not in the petition. That's not what I've been preaching. That's not what I've been saying. Take your time. But damn, you really just gonna double down on this? Like as if it wasn't hard enough to lose the real brother in real life? Now you gonna force us to lose the character? And then you gonna double that down by saying like, we will not recast? You don't think that words matter? All that stuff combined hurts. Never mind all the excitement that we had with the first thing, and then you just yank it away. It's bad enough real life takes stuff away from us, but the things that we have control over, like the stories, you don't always have to double down on that. So, as I said, for Lupita, I totally understand where she's coming from. I empathize with her, but I am disappointed in the fact that she's just misinformed. And I don't expect her to be, because as she said, she ain't got the time, she ain't got the patience. I get it. When people are emotional, when they're in grief and mourning and stuff, you ain't trying to think clearly. You're not trying to think about. I get that. So I'm not even going to begrudge her for that. She is entitled to her opinion. And guess what? I am entitled to my level of disappointment. So, and again, that is not an attack. So please miss me in the comments. Why are you attacking Lupita? What did she ever do to you? I'm not attacking her. I'm expressing my feelings. And that's all. Ain't got nothing to do with her character. I ain't talking about her personally and nothing like that. Let that woman grieve. Let her be. She is a human being. And I have the right to feel some other type of way. It's that simple. Anywho, that is all I have for that. But I'm going to grab some of these comments, and right after I grab those comments, I'm going to share a little bit of news with you guys. And I'd like to get your opinion on something. So hang tight real quick before you dip out. Let's grab these comments real quick, and then I can share the little bit of news with y'all that I wanted to share. Let's see. AJ, what you got? Sorry, super late. Just came from the movie, watched Black Adam with my son, and I actually really liked it. Replay gang, Recast T'Challa. Fantastic. Thank you so much for that, AJ. If you go back in the live, you can get my review for Black Adam as well. And I'll be, I'll get my editor to clip this up so y'all can get the separate videos as well. But thank you so much for that. Appreciate y'all. Let's see. Puma, what you got? I would hope that this is just a yet. They can bring it back. Multiverse and time travel is a thing in the MCU. Coogler could have waited for BP2 and do it. Yeah, again, we have to wait and see. I'll wait and see. I don't know if some multiverse magic gonna happen in a post-credit scene or something crazy. I don't know. I am gonna give the movie a fair shot. I'm gonna see what they do, and I'm gonna take it from there. But thank you for that. Low key, thank you so much. I feel we're gonna get T'Challa's story maybe in number 3, and not with Coogler. Don't think he can handle this loss. Maybe someone else. You know what? I'm not opposed to that. If he's not able to do it and someone else can, I'm fine with that. Like, I've never been opposed to having different visions on certain things, right? Like if somebody else can come in and bring a fresh take, maybe someone can bring a different angle, a different story, fine. I mean, it's worked in the comics. You know, like I've enjoyed Christopher Priest's run just as much as I've enjoyed Reginald Hundling's run, you know, and both of those are very different tonally as well. So I'm totally down with that. If somebody else wants to come in, totally fine by me. Thank you for that, low key. I appreciate you. Hold on, scrolling. Wait, there it is. Didier, what you got? The only comic book character that died and stays dead is Uncle Ben. Damn. And Martha and Thomas. Matter of fact, no, they don't. They always come back so they can die again. Every time they get rebooted, they got a reboot to die. So even they come back. Whew, man, damn. And I miss my Uncle Ben, y'all. Hold on. Thank you for that, Diddy. I appreciate you. Boom, Puma, what you got? Dick York, Dick Sargent, Darren was recast, Gandalf was recast, Superman recast T'Challa should be recast, or T'Challa should be recast too. Recast T'Challa, save T'Challa, fiction versus fact. Yes, I mean, recast happen all the time. Like, people deal with it all the time, and for whatever reason, now all of a sudden it's just inconceivable, you know. But it's like, no, y'all will be fine. I mean, I told you, if Foggy had just put those 1-2 little words in there, Chadwick is so great, so iconic, all, you know, we just won't recast for now. Not one person would have had an issue. I like how people like to throw these extreme examples like, oh, well, you know, if they had said they were going to recast, some people were going to be mad anyway. You don't know that. You don't know that. Because the vast majority of people, automatically side with Marvel. The vast majority, whatever Marvel say, the vast majority are finna go with. Especially because this is an emotional issue. So if the I don't even care if the cast and crew was like, you know what, man, my brother, my friend Chadwick, he would have wanted us to recast and keep going. You don't think the masses would have been like, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, well, if the cast and crew, y'all already side with the cast and crew. A lot of people already side with the cast and crew before they even think about Chadwick. Look at that irony. Before they think about this man's family, they like, but the cast and crew. So yeah, anything could have happened. Anyway, David, what you got? Where's the watch in all of this? I mean, watch and see. Or are you talking about the watcher? Are you talking about the watcher? If you're talking about the watcher, I don't know. But I'd be glad if the watcher was like, yo, here go Black Panther for y'all. There go T'Challa right there. Same way we did with Black Widow. Same way. That'd be great. I'll be down with that. Thank you for that. Lucky, what you got? I still don't understand why they didn't do the Wakanda show first, then come back to Wakanda Black Panther 2. It would have given them time to grieve, build up the supporting characters. I made a whole video saying that that's exactly what they should have done. I did a whole video over a year ago saying, give Shuri more screen time. Build Shuri up the same way you built up Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and give her character more time to grow, because that time to grow would have also been a time for us to heal as well. We could have had a nice series and like process and grieve and remember Chadwick and all of these beautiful things. And at the same time, we could have built up her character, because I'm sorry, the last movie didn't do her any favors except saying she's a dope supporting character. All it did was she's Q from James Bond. She's a tech person. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just saying the movie didn't do her favors to build her up yet. I've been an advocate for give Shuri more screen time from the jump. So, anywho, David, back at it. Meant to say the Watcher and all of this. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, the Watcher could definitely fix all of this. Like, they did it in What If. I don't see why they can't do it now, you know. But anyway, all right, that's all I got for today. I did have a little bit of news. Next week, we will not have a live. At least I don't believe we will. I'm gonna be doing a little traveling. Your boy might be going somewhere. Might be watching something. I don't know if I can like really talk about what it is, but I might be watching something, and if I watch it, I'll be talking about it really soon as well. So just I'll be around. I'll be around. And so yeah, no live next week, just FYI. But I do have a question for y'all. If I happen to bump into somebody important, what would you want me to ask them? Just one, look, just if I happen, to just talk to somebody, I'd love to just know what kind of questions you'd like me to ask. Now, of course, my questions have to be professional, and I can't go asking anything, rude or anything like that. But I would be very interested in hearing what kind of questions y'all would like to hear from a movie I go to, maybe. Anyway, feel free to leave those in the comments down below. All right, y'all. I definitely appreciate y'all so much. Thank you again for taking the time to watch. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, supporting the channel, doing all the things that y'all do. I'm trying to think if I have anything else for y'all. I think that's about it. So yeah, I'm gonna be MIA for like the whole week next week. But of course, you can go follow me on the Twitters, the Instagrams, the TikToks. I got a TikTok now, y'all. I'm finna start TikToking a little bit more. I don't know what I'm gonna put on there, but I'm gonna find something. But yeah, definitely hit me up, follow me, and share some stuff as well. But I thank y'all, I appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure y'all have a fantastic weekend. Now you know the routine. Y'all go ahead and wash your hands and wash your butts. But hold on, let's see. We gotta go out the way we gotta go out. So of course, y'all have a great one. I will see y'all next time. Peace.
Say T'Challa, we need a recast. Chat would agree, and I truly believe that. Stories untold, I pray that we get to unfold. Don't kill him, we don't need to see that. A black man is king, I think that is crucial. If not for the grown-ups, the kids should move you. Representation, let it multiply. Stop telling the stories, how legacies die. We can explore the world of Wakanda by addition and not replacement. 1.3 billion, how is that? And I'm making a statement. Being pigeonholed to a role like there could be only one is deflating. Man, it's a mindset that ain't died yet, cause the lack of seeing our faces. Sure, we can be the queen of the nation. Women should feast, we want elevation. Now wouldn't it be dope if they rose up together without doing something as cold as erasing them? We got respect for Ryan and Nate. They doing their best, they stuck in the middle, but I hope they think about what is at stake. Don't rush it, but please let the saga continue. Doubling down on Black Death is a trope we no longer want to handle. Wakanda forever, T'Challa forever. It's never been about the man, so what is we saying? This ain't about Phantom and getting my way. It's all for the love, it's not for the hate. No matter what people are trying to say, we cast T'Challa. We cast T'Challa.